Berkeley, California.
You got it.
This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey!
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Here we go. Friday, November 7th. This is the Pat McAfee Show. I'm AJ Hawk, sitting in at Pat's desk. Pat's in Lubbock, Texas. Big time matchup. Football! It's all the rage. Obviously, we had a beautiful game last night. It was a real barn burner, 10-7. The Denver Broncos, they squeaked out a victory, obviously, over the Las Vegas Raiders. I know, Pat, we have you down in Lubbock, Texas, in a beautiful setting there, in a beautiful cowboy hat. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, got a cowboy hat down here. We got a lot of good vibes. Obviously, this place has been electrified because this Texas Tech BYU game is obviously a top 10 matchup, and this Texas Tech team is the real deal. They got a lot of oil money being pumping through this place. They got a lot of athletes. They got great coaching. Coach McGuire will actually join us in about 20 minutes or so. He's doing something very special here. Former high school football coach who makes the jump into college. Now he's in the perfect spot because guess what? His quarterback, Barry Morton, his dad was a high school football coach for like 32 years. So whenever you talk about love and passion for football while mixing good business, NIL, and transfer portal, Texas Tech is seemingly in a beautiful place. And I'll tell you what, I landed this morning, Gumpy and I landed this morning early in Lubbock, Texas. It was a beautiful Texas morning. we landed, and the sun was coming up. There was a beautiful color to the sky as it was all happening. Looking out over some Texas fields, and all you just saw was an oil rig, and then a couple hundred yards of oil rig, and then an oil rig, and there was a little bit of dew, and it was a little chilly, and it was like, holy hell, I'm in a football movie right now. And that's what it feels like down here. Their students have been lining up since Sunday at 4:30 outside of the stadium so that they can get in the general admission. They can get front row seats in the student section, taking on BYU. They started camping out on Tuesday for college game day to try to get into the front to maybe make a kick. When you talk about loving ball from the time you're just a little baby all the way through your entire life, you think about West Texas, which is where we are right now. So many movies have been made about this area and their love of ball, and everything coming out of Raiderville, I believe is what it's called outside the stadium, is that they are pumped for Saturday. And this has been a week-long celebration. I have no idea if they have classes here. I have no idea. I know it's a university, but from the videos that I've been seeing all week, it's like this place is studying football right now, and there's a good chance this team can go on an absolute run. Behind me here, you see the saddle, okay, and this saddle here is touched by the boys as they come out to the field here. The locker room down to the left, come out through here. We got a light show, obviously, going crazy, as everybody knows, and then they touch this saddle, and this saddle right here, this saddle is dedicated to the memory of Double T and all the horses and riders that have exhibited dedication and pride as they represented Texas Tech athletics. Strive for honor. This dedication was made on 1999, and it was funded by former saddle tramps here at Texas Tech. They got a rodeo team, okay, and they got a meat tasting team here.
Hell yeah.
And we're out.
What?
Best meat tasters in the country. National champions.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
My God.
Yep.
Who do they compete
Yep.
against?
They got other meat tasters. What do you think this is, buddy?
I'm trying to ask. This is news to me. I didn't know there was professional meat tasters out
It's a
there.
pipeline.
Yeah, Texas Tech does have a pipeline of meat tasters around here. Their meat palate is better than everybody else. You know why? Because their meat comes big around here, and savory. And it's obviously slow cooked to however you would like and see it as perfection. But here's the Texas Tech meat judging team. And what I say about this meat judging team is if you're going to judge that meat, you better do it at a national championship level. And that's what the Texas Tech meat judgers do. And the meat judgers meet once a week to eat meat. And when they meet about meat, they talk about how good the meat tastes or how ass the meat tastes. And that's what meat judging's all about. So congrats to Texas Tech meat judging Red Raiders.
Hell yeah.
And they like Red Raiders, we like a little red on the inside too. Like a little flavor, said these meat judgers. And then there's a couple sticklers in there that like the burger style. But nonetheless, it is beautiful down here. I feel like I'm in a movie. And everybody is pumped about the weekend. And they're being so kind to us. Now, on the flip side, let's hope that this game is just a little bit better than the Ash Cheeks game that was last night on Amazon Prime. Now, this is 3 weeks in a row. Couple blowouts, blowout. And now another Thursday night football game where it's one score game. And congrats to the Raiders covering a good football team.
Great football team.
Good football team. They kept that thing close, and Gino's getting unlucky with a lot of these interceptions. I know everybody's calling him ass and cheeks like they've been calling others that haven't been playing good, but he's unlucky as hell. Bo Nix gets a deflected interception. The offenses can't really get going, and Sean Payton, those boo birds are out early in Denver because I think everybody expected the offense to be great, or the defense to be great, but the offense would be good too because it's Sean Payton. He's an offensive guru. Bo Nix in another year. So whenever you give them kind of boring, I don't like football, the Boo Birds are going to come out. They got the best record in football. These guys got the best record in football. And their fans are getting booing them because they don't like it enough. But good win for Denver, I guess. They won't ever think about it. And now this is 2 times that the Denver Broncos have given us the worst football game of all time on Thursday night. Remember the Colts game?
Oh, my God.
Colts game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one to kind of get a hold of. So Thursday night, okay. Great kickoff to the NFL. Let's go to the Talks at Table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Con man, you like the Raiders plus 9.5. That's a division game. Yeah, it's a division game. We're going to do that. What else did you take away from that game, brother?
I mean, Max Crosby's still bringing it. He's unbelievable. I think that is why I felt so good about the plus 9.5. But yeah, to your point, like the Boo Nix trend has not been great. It feels as though every week you kind of expect them to go on, kind of get something going on offense. Troy Franklin and him, That connection has gotten, much better. But even Evan Ingram and him haven't really been on the same page. Cortland Sutton, they've been good all season, but last night it wasn't great. J.K. Dobbins, he looks great again. After his couple years of terrible injuries, he's still bringing it. So that's incredible for the Broncos. But at the end of the day, they have the longest win streak in the NFL. They've won 7 straight games. The record is 8-2. We're not going to talk about how terrible they perform on a week-to-week basis unless they lose in the first round of the playoffs. We're not going to talk about that in the end because they will be around. They're going to be there. They're 8-2, and as shitty as it is to watch, it doesn't matter as much. And I do think if you're a Broncos fan, you hate it. But you also love it. Your team's 8-2. You're the number 1 team in the AFC. You're the top of the AFC West. You extend that lead over the Chiefs. The Chiefs are on a bye this weekend, but they're 8-2 and the Chiefs are 5-4. So if you're a Broncos fan, you probably hate how it looks, but you love the result. And if you're a Raiders fan, it's one of those things where, hey, we showed a lot of great fight. And even with Ashton Jeanty, yes, it was a tough little interception directly off his hands, but at the same time, every time Ashton Jeanty touched the ball, it felt electric. It felt as though he was going to go on a big run. He had a massive run early with that, got called back a little bit because of a Jack Beck holding, but him getting the ball was great. Brock Bowers has 1 catch for 30 yards, and he looks unbelievable. Maybe try and get him the ball a little more. That might be a little more enjoyable, but it's Thursday Night Football. They're kind of grinds of games now. We're getting into that time. It's not going to get better until Thanksgiving. Jets-Pats are next weekend, so let's just, kind of focus on the fact that the Broncos, although it looked terrible, are 8-2, and they're the number 1 team in the AFC until the Colts win on Sunday.
It's a win.
Yep.
It's a win is what they'll say, AJ. And that defense, no Patrick Surtain, that defense pretty good, AJ. That Denver Broncos defense. And I think anytime your defense is really good, that means the other offense not going to play great. So your fans want to see some good offense. Well, they can't because your defense is so good. We need your offense to be good for the fans. They're booing them, AJ. They're booing them, saying, hey, this is shite here. They're 8-2.
Yeah, they're 8. I guess I do get it. If we don't see offense, if you don't see explosive offense, teams, I guess fan bases do get pretty upset. But I guess you could say they balance it out with this defense. Watch how these guys on the edge, how they can bend, how they set the edge, and how their interior D-line, they all play together. You don't ever see any huge gaping holes to where a quarterback can escape because they're actually disciplined. So Benito is a special player as well. I hope people do. They understand that this guy is legit Hufanga too. What a good pickup he was. He's fun to watch, but. Bonita, how he bends on the edge, how their whole D-line plays together, all 3 levels of their defense. It's pretty fun, man. So I guess, like we say, you got a chance. As long as your defense is really good, you have a chance. Your offense might find a spark here towards the end of the season.
Hey, remember we were talking yesterday about the sack percentage and pressure percentage of that Denver Broncos defense and then how bad the Raiders were? I think I saw a stat where 22 of the 26 snaps there was pressure on Geno Smith. And it's not that Geno's having a great year or anything like that, but he's had a couple picks where people have made miraculous plays. I think he's not as bad as everything looks, but I think this Denver Broncos defense is just as good as we all think it is because that stat was said yesterday by Hembo to us, and then obviously we relay it. And then you got Geno was on the ground every single snap. It was just bang, 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 bang. You can win every game like that, especially if you're going to get blocks on special teams. Now, the punters had an interesting evening, for sure, both of them. So, A.J. Cole here just had a punt blocked right there, and his net ruined for the entire thing. Had 2
Heads up, we're losing. We're losing you. We might have lost him a little bit. We'll get him back. He's back. We got you, buddy. You're all good.
Okay, we are back. Okay, good news. Hey, we're down here in Texas. There's too much electricity and oil. There's power everywhere. So there's a chance I might get a little power surge through here, especially with this new resistol on. How do you do? You got to do what you got to do there. But yes, the special teams. Last night, A.J. Cole has that coffin corner out of bounds at the 1. Beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done. Then his second one, he tries to hit a little pin to the right, just end over end ball. He has that thing land perfectly and kick directly to the right. They have such a good angle on it. This punt right here did numbers on the internet because this angle showcases absolute perfection. Now, where do you want them to start? Oh, right there, about 2 inches off of the goal line. So A.J. Cole has 2 inside the 1-yard line. That's absolutely spectacular. Then he has, obviously, the block punt. He dropped the snap, still got it off. And then on the other side, guy almost whiffed on a ball last night. That's tough to, that's tough to do, especially in the NFL. They said it was wildly windy. We saw Will Lutz come up very short from a 59-yard starter. So if I was to give any words of advice to Crenshaw, who is the punter for Denver, I believe, he needs to be hanging on to that ball longer. Hey, we need to be hanging on to the ball longer when it's windy, brother. So you see he's dropping that thing pretty high. There's a lot of free fall there, okay? There's a lot of free fall there. If it's really windy, that thing can move like 2-3 inches in the sky. He's got to hang on to that ball a lot longer, because you whiff on a ball in prime time, boy, it's going to be tough to get a job or keep a job there, you know. So we need to be hanging on to that thing a little bit longer. Let's kick it out of our hand. He's obviously incredibly talented. That's a tough thing to happen. But in Denver, you know, with punting, you got ex-punters, you know, sending texts, and I think it was incredibly windy last night, so it's not easy to punt. I mean, it's like going to a urinal and then somebody coming in between you and the urinal with a leaf blower. Okay, that's basically what punting is, as this thing is kind of falling, trying to make contact, so it's not an easy night. But Denver's a place that, like, old punters would come out of retirement and get paid min to go punt at, because 5,280 feet. So you normally always see the Denver Broncos punter is very good, because this is a desirable place to head to whenever you're literally a mile above sea level. Then you got thin air. The ball can absolutely fly, especially now with how good the team is. So he's in a good position. He needs to hang on the ball a little bit longer, but people need to understand as well that he was in a wind fest last night. That is no fun, and the special teams are certainly a massive piece of the entire game, especially when it's 10-7. That's going to be the case. Hey, one half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys, AP Tone. People lost last night, huh? It sounds like more public money losing last night. We continue a trend of sportsbooks winning. Almost all sportsbooks are profitable. Some somehow don't, but it feels like this one, this particular season for these sports books, public money not great. That trend continued last night, right, Tone? What other numbers hit?
Yeah, the last few weeks have been a little bit better, but there still has not been a winning week this season when you look at teams that are getting at least 60% of the bets. Last night, the Broncos were getting 66, 67% of the bets. They obviously did not cover there. Also, 57% of the bettors were on the over as well, so they did not hit there either. So
what was it again? What was the over-under?
What was it, 42, 41, something like that? So they did not hit that one. 41.5 is what I think it was. And then obviously everyone's taking touchdowns and over bets as far as like prop bets. I don't think any of those hit either. So yeah, it was a tough night for the bettors as a whole to start off this week.
I love the touchdown parlays just being absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
The number that Gumpy really liked yesterday was minus 156 for Geno to throw a pick.
That's almost guaranteed now.
Yeah, I don't like that that's starting to happen, and I would like to once again reiterate that I think he's getting unlucky on a lot of these. You start looking, obviously, a lot of terms. This one's incredibly unlucky. Same with Bo Nix. Bo Nix had a pick in the fourth because of a deflection that shouldn't have happened. I mean, these are the types of things that are out of the quarterback's control, but they certainly become stats on the quarterback. There, he might have thrown it quicker because there was two people in the same spot, little confusion. Ball goes up. They get a huge pick in the fourth quarter. You would think maybe the Raiders are able to steal it. They're not. Denver Broncos end this game on a knee. AJ, 4-minute offense, end the game on a knee. So I guess they can do good things whenever they need to at the end of a game. But yeah, it was not the most desirable start to the NFL week. But hey, the NFL is going to throw its fastball yet again, and so is college football. Let's talk a little bit about the NFL, shall we? This Seattle Seahawks team, AJ?
Yeah.
Hey, I like them from watching what they've done. Obviously, they go into Pittsburgh, get a huge win. Prime time, they get huge wins. Sam Darnold is just as good as he was last year with the Minnesota Vikings when people thought he was done. And McDonald, the guy that got hired as a defense coordinator at a Baltimore Ravens camp to become their head coach, yeah, he's got a defense that's worth it. Seahawks might win the Super Bowl, and it's not just because what they're doing on the field, AJ. I don't know if you saw this presser yesterday from Jaron Reed.
How much have you noticed this particular group on defense being special?
It's very special, man. We created a bond with each other outside of the building. You know, we're a close-knit group, man. Those are my guys, and we work together, we grind together. We all play cards together, do all the little fun stuff, man, and it just brings us together on the field, you know, that much closer.
What's the
They're playing cards. The boys are hanging out. AJ, whenever you think about camaraderie, it sounds like the Seattle Seahawks are all on the same page, and they're all good. That could be a potential problem for the entire NFL, and I don't think any of us would have expected that coming into the season, AJ.
Yeah, you wouldn't, and you know how much, like, I think both of us value that the culture situation. And think about, too, if you're Seattle, they're having much longer plane flights than a lot of teams. Like, so I played in Green Bay for 9 years. All of our flights, especially in our division, were very, very short. short, under an hour. If you're Seattle, think about all the time you have with your teammates. It gives you more time. You better get along. You better enjoy each other. I guess Seattle does that, but Tom, what do you like? If you don't have that, how do you create that? If you're a GM of a team.
Like, I don't know. You just obviously got to bring in the right guys, and obviously the coach sets the standard. But I'll never like BA has talked about it all season long, and we just talked about it because the team was back in Pittsburgh. But he said that 05 team on Tuesdays, on off days, like they were all coming in, and it wasn't for football. They weren't in there watching film or whatever. They were coming literally just to hang out with each other in the locker room. So it's like a similar situation here. I saw it with the Patriots. I think earlier this week, the majority of their team was in on a Tuesday on an off day, just hanging out, playing, working out, getting a workout in. So like, yes, you see the best teams.
But if your coach needs to tell you, hey, come in on it, you guys
no, they're not.
come in
no,
on
what
a
I'm saying is they're
Tuesday.
not telling them. They're coming
I know.
in.
That's why I love that it's happening organically. It's happening naturally because there's coaches on other teams that are saying, well, I wish my guys. I only saw like 3 guys here on Tuesday. That's why we're 1-9 right now. So yeah, that's just how it goes. I guess.
It's not just Tuesday at the facilities, though. I think we understand that. It's like when those dinners are happening and you hear about the dinners happening, like, hey, the O-line's having dinner and the quarterbacks are there, the tight ends are there. It's those things that are happening outside of the building, too, where you're going into people's houses, you're going to hang out in places. And that, whenever he's talking about we're hanging out, playing spades away from the building, it's like, that's exciting news. That if I was a Seattle Seahawks fan, I would say that is very exciting news. That is what teams that are great do, AJ. And it's one of the things I think we hit on every year. Like, hey, what teams look like they enjoy each other's company? Oh, those are normally the teams that are great. Now, it's a lot easier to get along when you're good, though. Like you win 11 of 12 on the road. That's a lot more conduit to having a good relationship, because his flights back home from those games are a great time. But I really enjoy the fact that this Seattle Seahawks team has been rebuilt in a whole new way, basically. And now they're tighter than ever, better than ever. And wait, are they going to win a Super Bowl right now, AJ? That's crazy to think about.
I mean, with that guy, with Sam Darnold slinging it like this, the guy, is he only 26 years old? Didn't we say that the other day? Is he really only 26?
Sam Darnold?
It's he's young, whatever.
It's much younger than you would
think.
think.
He's 28, which I guess feels like he's been in the NFL for 10 years so far, I guess. But this thing, I don't know. I know we're a broken record, Pat, when we talk about the culture. And culture is the old buzzword that everyone wants to talk about and say you got to build your culture and all this stuff. But it comes from the players, man. The GM and head coach, they bring in the players. It's on the players, I think, and the leaders of that team to actually get along and do all of those things off the field. That kind of bring it together, and that's what, when you have a bond like that, when you do lose a game, then you're not pointing fingers back and forth at each other, I guess. I think it's just it's a thing that we can't measure, we can't see. None of us as fans really get to see any of it, but the people that are there, I guarantee you those trainers, they know if this team gets along, they know if the culture is good, like the trainers, the equipment people, all the people every single day that deal with these players, they know if a team is tight or not for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever, you got people openly speaking about the culture too, like the players, I think that's great news. Like anytime you get the players coming out talking about it, I think it's really good. And Gumpy, was it you, Gump, or Diggs? I forget. Somebody made a Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl bet. Was that you, Gumps?
Yeah, Seahawks and Colts, both tickets.
Okay, I like everything about that, obviously. Let's talk about the Colts. Carly Ursay-Gordon's getting a lot of love, isn't she? Hey.
Oh, yeah.
She deserves it.
Absolutely. She puts the G in CIG in Carly Ursay-Gordon. She is a absolute beast. They're starting to break things down. They're starting to say, is this the best owner in sports? Hey, is this the best owner in sports? I see a lot of people's immediate reaction whenever kids get handed something. I react the same way, like, wow, must be nice. I don't know how that is your life and this is mine, but must be nice just to get it. But whenever you think about how Carly, Kaylin, and Casey have gone about this entire transition process, which has been very difficult emotionally, obviously they all very much big fans of their father, and their dad big fans of them. I mean, very, 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 very close. So emotionally, it's a whole different transition, but also how they're operating in leading the team and how Carly Ursay has been hands-on but not interfering. It's an interesting little dynamic that they've been able to thread the needle, and they're making big-time plays early here. It's like Colts fans are like, yes, let's go, Carly. And I think the rest of the NFL fan bases are starting to feel that way as well. And I don't want to say like, hey, Taylor Swift brought a whole new demo in, but Taylor Swift brought a whole new demo in, and they're seeing Carly dressed like she's an absolute boss on the sideline and making big plays and influencing the league right now. It's like, this is a good time for the league, and I think they're doing a great job, the big three, AJ.
Yeah, do you think, do you know how involved she is day to day? Like, does she have is she roaming around and seeing like players and coaches every single day?
Yeah, learning. She's just trying to learn, though. Just like she is there at practice. Like, she just wants to learn stuff. I think she'll sit in on some, like, special team stuff. She'll sit in on some of this stuff. Obviously got meetings business-wide because they're owners of the league. So, like, there's those stuff that happen. But, yeah, very, very, very active in the building for even whenever, Jim was alive there for, like, the last 5, 6, 7 years of Jim's life. Very active in the building, trying to learn stuff. So, like, wanting to understand the business that they're about to run has been like a goal for the big three, feels like, for like the last decade and a half. And now they're still continuing that while having to make the decisions. And yeah, dude, I think they've done a great job. And I'm happy to see everybody showing her love. The way she dresses is so awesome.
That jacket, dude.
She does not care. She knows that they're going to be taking pictures. She's like, nah, this is my jacket. It's what I'm wearing. Also, on the team, okay, let's remember that. But also, I'm just out here because I would like to learn some stuff. And also, Shane Steichen knows ownership 100% on board. Like, the GM, Chris Ballard, understands, like, at least whenever he says something to ownership here, Carly will understand the whys. Carly will understand where it's headed, why it's potentially happening. Like, her on the headset on the sideline, going through the plays, listening to the plays, watching the outcome. You don't think that had some say in needing Sauce Gardner? Like, you don't think her, you know what I mean, AJ?
Hearing
like,
the coaches talk, hearing their back and forth, too, I would imagine, from the box to the sideline, their defensive coaches speak about, like, yeah, man, if we had one more piece here, we might be able to open up this defense a little bit and do a little bit more.
And she's watching and learning the play calls, like, hey, we're tagging this. We could tag this if we had another corner. We don't have a corner because of injury. Like, she's hearing all that and seeing all that. And they talk about coordinators that are up in the booth, up in the suite, and then they come down on the sideline. Why? Because they kind of want to be – like, Carly has been on the sideline, like, very much not interrupting, but just in it.
Where would you be? If you were a coordinator, would you want to be up in the booth or on the sideline?
I want to be on the side. I want to be with the boys.
Me too. I do, but when you do watch from up there, the game – I mean, fans that do think, oh, this looks easy. The guy's wide open. That's an easy tackle to make. It does look easy when you can see it from afar. So I can see coaches that are, schematically, but I think football is such an emotional game, and you got to get a feel for what the pace is, the tempo, how the guys are, how they're feeling. I think being on the sideline for me would be my ideal.
Well, and that's why I don't want to say we're against stats. We're not against stats, right?
No.
We're not against stats.
We love all of them.
There's good stats.
You need it
my
all.
entire football career was based off of stats. So, I love stats. I think they're great. But, boy, you got to have feel. You got to be in there. You got to know. That's the difference between sport and this.
That's the thing. There's humans out there making those plays, generating those stats that you read. And each human is so different, and they're going through different things every day.
If
this guy's feeling it. Sorry, Tone. Go ahead.
No. Go. I was going to say, if only stats mattered, gamblers would be undefeated. Because you just look at the stats and be like, oh, this offense is better than this defense. This defense is better than that offense. Okay, good. This team's going to win automatically. That's why I say it's any given Sunday, baby.
We are undefeated, though, off of our picks.
Yeah,
Every
agreed.
pick is a good
Agreed,
pick.
you're right.
We need to continue to remember that as we get embarrassed last night.
It's the player's fault.
Both of us.
You stuck with the Broncos? I know you went back and forth, but you stuck with the Broncos?
No, yeah, you're right. I took the Raiders. Yeah, of course.
I don't know. Let's run it back.
No, don't run it back. Just know that we can get a clip of me saying I'm on the Raiders.
Maybe I got the Raiders,
certainly
too.
do that.
Did I take the Raiders?
But I think
you took the Broncos.
Yeah, I think you took the Raiders.
Are we both 1-0?
No.
Are we both 1-0?
Yeah, we both took the Raiders. That's good advice. It was too many points for a division game. We knew
We said that.
Like, that was just way too obvious. Yeah, it's a division game, too many points. It needs to be better. But, yeah, stats matter. I don't even know how we got on this tangent. But teams that like each other, good. Teams that don't, not good. We would like to say. Carly Ursay Gordon being down in the sideline, I think that's a big piece of the Sauce Gardner trade. Like, I think that is a huge part of it, her being in this kind of understanding. And also, she's on that sideline when good things are happening. She's felt the joy of, team, coaches. Normally up in the booth, certainly happy. But being on the side, in the locker, let's do more of those.
Oh, yeah.
She says if we win a Super Bowl, who cares how many ones we got to give up at the tail end of it? You can take pick 32 next year, too, and the year after that, and the year after that, which I absolutely love. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to set up an incredible guest here. AJ, we'll see you in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so I guess that he teased who we have coming on here?
I believe so, but
we'll let him.
Yeah,
we'll let him introduce him when he does come on.
It's close here.
I think I might know. I don't know. We will see. But this Texas Tech BYU game, hey, Tone, what do you say here? What are the Sharps doing on this game? What do you think is going to happen?
So Texas Tech is one of I want to say 2 or 3 teams in the country where their offense and defense is ranked in the top 5 or top 10 in the country. So they're good on both sides.
Dang, I didn't know 11.5-point favorites already.
Yeah, it's a huge spread because like statistically they are an incredible football team. And BYU, you know, they have a true freshman quarterback coming into a very, very hostile environment, and Texas Tech has just done everything right this season. So it's a big spread. It's a surprising spread against an undefeated team, but they've kind of earned that spread so far.
Yeah, they have, and I think it's going to be a wild environment at Texas Tech. We know that Pat's going to be down there in the morning getting them all frosted up. Those fans are going to be absolutely wild, and I think you may have our special guest right now, Pat.
They're already frothed up, and I'll tell you what, it feels like they're going to be that way forever with this man as the head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey McGuire.
Thank you, guys. Hey, I watch y'all every day, man, so it's pretty cool. I'm serious. I watch you every day.
Oh, that's not great. We don't love that. You need to be doing great things.
No, you're kind of in the background.
Okay,
I'm watching film, but I got to hear what's going on.
Yeah, but please have us muted. We don't need to be influencing anything in your brain. You have one of the greatest in the history of football. Can we talk about your story a little bit? Obviously, I see the Texas High School Coaches Association.
Yes, sir. It's Coaches Day in the state of Texas.
High School Coaches Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Texas high school football, obviously.
Big time, man. It's real.
Which movie's your favorite about it? Varsity Blues?
Varsity Blues is great. I mean, it's really good, but I'm a Friday Night Lights guy, man. It's just that's what it really is out here in Texas.
Okay, so we should watch Friday Night Lights and understand that is actually high school football. How many years were you a high school football coach?
23.
Okay, and I heard from Matt Rule.
My dude.
Yes, okay, that's what he said basically, that he really wanted to sell you on leaving high school football, but a lot of people have done that in the past, and you never wanted to leave high school. Yeah. Is that an accurate
100%. Yeah, so we won state in 2006, and from 2006 to 2016, I had an opportunity to go to college, and I didn't. I wanted to coach. One, I wanted to coach my kids, my daughter and my son, and 2, at the time, it was like, man, I'm a high school coach, a head high school coach, and in a great program, and I felt like that's what I was meant to be. And then I met Matt Rule in 2016. It did help my son. That was his last year. I knew everything was going to kind of change for me with him, it being his senior year. But I met Matt, and, man, we really hit it off. Like what football's about, how you treat kids, how you grow them into men. And so, man, I was all in.
Yeah, high school football feels like the most pure football now with how business has kind of taken over college football. Let's talk about that for your school.
Yeah.
Why is this the perfect place for you, former high school football coach? Baron Morton's dad, I believe, high school football coach also for like 32 years. So it feels like you guys have a great combination of like the purity, love of football with obviously good backing. I drove through some of the field here, oil rigs just.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, they're banging.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, that's what they certainly are doing. That's certainly what they're doing. And they're also assisting with Texas Tech football, which is awesome. Cody Campbell, I think his name has come up a lot as an ex-Raider football player, Red Raider football player who's now in it. But tell me how that's a perfect mix for you guys here at Texas Tech and how it matches maybe the community. Because this place loves ball. It is very, very obvious.
Yeah, I have 7 former high school coaches on my staff. Some was only a year, but they were in high school football, and so it's a really strong staff. It's a group that loves football and understands football. But man, I'm a Texan. I ain't ever lived anywhere else. I was born in Texas, and I'll die in Texas. And hopefully not anytime soon. But I'm gonna die a Red Raider. I'll be here for the rest of my life, and so. This town is built. This is a true college town. It is built around this university, and everywhere you go, when you go out tonight, and I know you're going to have a great steak, I'm taking care of it for you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thank you for that.
I got you, man.
And I got good meat palate like the meat judges.
Get ready.
Yeah, okay.
It's unreal. It's unreal. And so, like, this town is a true college town, and everywhere you go, you're going to see the double T. And there is a great pride in their football.
Let's talk about your students at Tent City out there since Sunday to get in general admission. Obviously, top 10 matchup here with BYU.
Yeah.
Are you talking to your players about what the students have been doing this week, or how are you kind of treating what seemingly is the biggest week here in a long time?
Yeah, you can't shy away from it. They see it. My PowerPoint, whenever I introduced the team Tuesday to BYU, I actually had some of the tents, some pictures of the tents, and I left Tuesday night at 9:15 out of the front door. My truck literally is 30 yards away. I got in my truck at 10:46. And my chief of staff saved me, or I'd have been there even longer.
Hell yeah,
I signed kegs.
Yeah.
I signed a lot of Copenhagen cans.
Hell yeah.
Zins, a lot of Zins. It's unreal, man. And that's honestly, that I've had so many of the students come up to me and say, man, my cousin said he got to do this in 08, or my uncle said he got to do this in 08.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I mean, I believe in the college experience. I believe in the high school and college experience, and I'm really happy to make this a big deal.
Sports can do that for a lot of universities.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
Yes.
Obviously, with game day, getting an opportunity to go see this guy's 80 years old. Keg standing out there with the boys.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, thanks for a good time. Thanks for letting me hang out out there." You know, not a bad keg stand either. I think he went a good 10 seconds. I don't know how many gulps he had, but the boys were reliving the great times, and sports can do that everywhere.
No doubt.
Thankful that you guys have a good commitment to sports here. Now, speaking of commitment, you have a couple returners, got some new people. Tone has a question for you back in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Coach, I do. A lot of people were so high on Tech coming into the season because you had so many returning starters, but then you weren't afraid to bring in the #1 transfer portal class in the nation. So how hard was it for you, because you had so much returning talent, to be like, hey, you're great, but we're also going to bring in some guys that are just going to supplement, that are going to start. So like, how was it hard for the culture to tell some guys, hey, I know you were a starter here, but we're going to bring in some more guys. It's going to make us better in the end.
Yeah, it kind of a mixture. I mean, one, you got to earn everything. I mean, if you start on this team, you earned it. You know, nothing's given, and everything's about competition. I do believe that real players understand real players from the standpoint, like, if I was a guy that was starting at defensive end and all of a sudden David Bailey walked on campus, I realized I'm not like that guy. That's going to make us better. And so that's part of it. But I think a lot of it, too, is I've been doing this for 31 years, and this is the healthiest locker room I've ever been a part of. These guys have gelled, and you said it. One of the big reasons is the guys that were returning. Ben Roberts, Jacob Rodriguez, Bryce Ramirez, Baron Morton, they bought into our plan too, and they got behind us right off the bat.
I love what you're building here, man.
Thank you, man.
I really do. I enjoy it, especially the fact that you're a high school football coach in Texas. I'm sure that helps a little bit.
It does. I'll give you another reason to enjoy it too. You know, Cody Campbell played for the Colts.
Yeah, before I was there.
So yeah, man. So
I know, and he's got a strong goatee too.
Yeah.
Listen, I would like to pick Cody Campbell's brain.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's pretty damn smart. I'm telling you.
I watched the Jerry Jones documentary. I saw what $800,000 rig can do. You know, I saw $100 million.
And he's sitting on a honey hole right now. Aren't we waiting for it to come? You know, the natural gas.
I mean, that's what Jerry Jones is looking for.
I know. See, I told you I listened to y'all.
Yeah. Wow. That's hilarious. People in Texas listen to us talk about the honey hole and natural gas that Jerry Jones is on. But literally, as you land here, we were driving. I made First Sergeant pull over and stop in the middle of the street. I'm like, oh, I got to get a photo of this. There's a stop sign. Obviously, it was at a T. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Sunrise. It was like a perfect thing. And you just saw like the silhouettes of oil rigs.
Yes,
come
sir.
up. That's people betting on something right there.
Yeah.
All of them. They have no idea if it's going to hit. And then allegedly, if I get like 30 minutes out of this town or something like that, there'll be one like every 50 feet. Like people are just trying to find it.
It is, man.
A lot of courage out here. A lot of scratch-offs, man.
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you, that's what we were talking earlier. That's what's really cool about the Red Raiders. Like, whenever you go to different places and you're like, hey, this is a big donor, this is a big donor, this is a big donor, that's daddy's money. Cody Campbell didn't come from daddy's money. Dusty Womble didn't come from daddy's money. You know, Mike, they bet on themselves.
Yes.
And at a high level, like the Cody Campbell, John Sellers, that's Double Eagle. So they're called Double Eagle because they're from Canyon, Texas. The Eagles, they were high school teammates, so we got two Eagles, Double Eagle. They were college teammates here at Texas Tech and went off, did two things, you know, one real estate, and one was playing professional football. Came back and bet on themselves, and not just they bet on themselves where everybody else was running the other way. Yes.
We're doing this one right
Hey, we got one though, man. I told you, you got one. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, not two. That's somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but you just figured. Yeah, there we go. We got one. Yes, sir.
Okay, right here.
Yep.
I didn't bring my own. We were talking about that yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. I was potentially just going to bring my own guns.
Yeah.
And then as game day started, I was going to pull them out, and then just fire them off. But I didn't know how,
We can get you some if you need it. We are in Texas.
Oh, get him some.
Yeah, we talked. You talked about the D-line a little bit there about, hey, when somebody shows up, it's a little different. AJ has a question for you about that, actually.
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk about how dominant they've been? I know you got a couple of velociraptors, as you like to call them, on that front.
Yeah.
But can you talk about the impact they've had so far this year?
Well, it starts with their leadership. We lost, and it hurt us in the D-line. We lost Skylar Gill-Howard to an ankle. He dislocated his ankle because he was the big voice in that room. Lee Hunter has really stepped up vocally with that. But, we have some guys that bought in to being backups and being rotational guys that were starting last year, and like Duda Banks and Jaden Cofield. So our depth in the D-line is we're 2 to 3 deep, but Lee Hunter, Romello Height, David Bailey, A.J. Holmes, Jaden Cofield, they're big people beat up little people, man. Yep. And they're big people. They're extremely physical, and they have bought into Coach Wood and his defense.
You talk about big people beating up little people. I heard the meats around here. They serve big steaks around here.
Yes.
That's what you're paying for me for later?
I got you, man.
How many ounces we talking?
Well, you ought to get the tomahawk.
Yeah, I will.
Yes,
if
please.
You're paying for it.
No, I got you, man.
You've been around here a long time. So it's a big. Do we know the ounces?
I don't know the ounces, but it usually takes a couple people to eat the tomahawk. So I think you're the man.
You know that, Coach.
I got you.
Yeah, Coach knows that. We're in a crazy world right now where it feels like a lot of coaches, especially purity of game coaches, are trying to get out of college because what it has become from a business standpoint feels like you view it a little bit different. Connor has a question for you, actually.
Yeah, Coach, just to quote Shaquille O'Neal real quick. I owe you an apology. I was unfamiliar with your game. You are the fucking man. It's incredible to talk to you. But Matt Rule, Pat mentioned how Matt Rule brought up, his relationship with you and how you guys were brothers after, the first meal you guys had together. How important is that to you, just as far as relationships go with, your coaching staff and also your players? Just because, Pat mentioned the transfer portal, you really never know if the guy you're recruiting is going to be there 2 years later. So how do you kind of handle that, and how do you kind of approach player-to-player relationships and, coach-to-coach relationships?
Well, I'm a player's coach, and these guys are stuck with me for the rest of their life, whether they're with me for a year or they're with me for 4 or whatever. I've done 2 of my players' weddings, and first of all, I'm not a pastor. And
you got the little certificate.
I did. I actually asked Sam Tecklenburg, who played for the Carolina Panthers. I asked him. I said, "Are you sure? You've seen me at practice. You've heard my mouth."
Yes.
And he said, "No, Coach. I really want you to do this." But man, I do. I think. I'm a coach because of coaches. Harris Brownlee, Tom McCone, they made me the man that I am, and that's what I want to do. I want to help these guys become the men that they are, and I think it's a need in this world that we live in today that you've got, just like you guys, you've got strong role models, male role models that understand that we're in a very soft society, and we have to stand up and be real men. And I challenge my guys every day, but what I also challenge them every day with is I tell them I love them, I hug them, I do. I pour into them, and I think that's why I'm on this earth. And I think it's a lot easier to do. It's harder every day, but it's a lot easier to do in high school football and college football than necessarily in the NFL. So I'm here to stay.
Well, I want to let you know Jeez, I had no idea what was happening in this conversation looking ahead to it. I did some research on you. I love that it was High School Coaches Day here in Texas, so we could celebrate you with that. I had no idea everything that was about to come out of your mouth is who you are. You might be my favorite coach.
I think Rich Rod's your favorite coach. But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And I love Rich Rod.
But you know what I mean.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're
the Pantheon with Signetti, with Rich Rod. He's in the Pantheon.
Another stud, man. I mean.
Yeah, Pantheon, I think is the right word there.
What he's doing at Indiana is absolutely incredible. I mean, it really is.
Similar mindset as you, though, too. Dogs.
Yeah.
Is it easy to find dogs nowadays or no? You talk about society a little bit. We wonder this about football. Isn't this kind of a conversation
all the time?
Yes,
all the time.
Is there going to be dogs forever?
No, I mean, you're helping create them, and then you're the biggest thing, whether they're a pup or trying to be a dog, is do they love football? You've got to find the guys that love football or want to fall in love with it, because it's hard, man. You've been a part of it, man. It's hard. It's a 24. Here's another thing. we have no optional classes at Texas Tech. So if you're in an in-person class, I'm going to know within 15 minutes you're late or absent, and then you're going to see me at 5:30 the next morning. I'm going to encourage you to be on time because that's what men do. I'm
going to encourage you with some Stairmaster or some.
We got the Jacob's Ladder, and I bought the Jacob's Ladder on purpose just for that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's encouragement.
But we've had our highest GPAs in the history of Texas Tech has been under the last 4 years of this coaching staff and this academic staff. And so, that's part of it. It's
absolutely.
Part of being a guy. This is what you do.
Yeah, you also got to show up for your obligations.
Yeah.
Now on that note, my experience at West Virginia was a little different. I was at a lot of those. I would have been silent.
Now, I encourage fun. I did encourage my guys to. I was disappointed some of my equipment student workers were not in the tents. Yesterday, we work out in the morning on on Thursday and Friday. So we come in at 6 o'clock. I'd gather them around, and I was like, "How was your night? Who stayed in the tents?" One out of 13. I was like, "Guys, we're going to have to read. We're going to have to read this."
I don't know if they gave the right answer there.
No.
I think we're going to want to be a part of Texas Tech for the long haul. Let's go ahead and get out there in those tents. There were also a dance party, I think, about 12:31.
It was one. I have a text group with my commits, so the 2026, and this is a unique group because they stay in that group. Some of them get their own group and leave me out of it. They leave. So I'll open my phone and there's 50 texts. And there was a video of 1 a.m. and they're like, "Oh my God, this is incredible! I can't wait to get to Texas Tech."
Well, the way you describe and talk about Cody Campbell and the Double Eagles, the boys that are kind of giving back to all sports here, it's like, why not just build an absolute powerhouse right here in West Texas? Feels like you can do that. Ty has a question for you back in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Coach. Speaking of that, and first and foremost, I will echo Connor's sentiment. As of about 20 minutes ago, never mind college, you are my favorite football coach. Period. High school,
He's
NFL.
Get you on the Packers, brother.
Yeah, exactly. You name it. But just talking about what you just mentioned with the commits and all the resources you guys have, and you said how you got people coming up to you talking about how special it was, in 08 around that time when Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree were doing what they were doing. When you look at big picture at Texas Tech moving forward, do you think that it is just as desirable of a school for these big high school commits in Texas as a Texas or a Texas A&M was? Because it does seem like, over the course of the last however many years, it was kind of always Texas and then everyone else. But it seems like you guys have you've really trimmed that gap down quite a bit.
Well, tomorrow is a big part of this, and us getting to the Big 12 championship, which we got to win tomorrow to do that, because we're eliminating all excuses. We have the best facilities in college football, and anybody that sits there and says, actually, some of these coaches that try to negatively recruit us, it blows up in their face because they're like, "Well, Tech doesn't have that," and then these guys get out here and they're like, "No, their facilities are better than yours." We're sharing at the highest level whenever it comes to revenue share, so the money's not the excuse. What we got to check off is that we can play in all the big games, that we can do everything everybody else is doing, and that's what this year is so important. That's why tomorrow is so important. And I think we can compete with anybody. I think we've got a great coaching staff, and we got a great brand to sell.
247sports.com has you guys as the number one recruiting class in the Big 12. Congratulations on that. West Virginia's coming for that ass.
The last week, we got to go to y'all's place.
Not good. Scotty Fox is starting to figure it out.
That was a heck of a win.
Thank you.
That was a legit win.
We're finding a hard edge right there, Coach. Yeah. We're tapping the saddle.
I like it.
We're tapping the double T's.
Yeah.
You ever hop on this thing?
I have not, but I tap it every time whenever we friggin' go out.
I like that. Hi, Coach. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you for taking time
man.
on this Friday.
It's an honor. I'm serious, man. I'm a huge fan of you guys. Appreciate y'all.
We're a huge fan of yours.
Yeah.
Did you hear Ty and Connor right there? I mean, we know a lot more about you right now.
All right.
Yeah, I think you understand if you do watch the show. We're maybe too transparent until too much of how we feel.
That's all right.
we didn't know much about what was about to happen down here in Texas Tech. We didn't know much about Lubbock. I don't think we knew much about Texas Tech. Then we started seeing the videos. Then I started hearing people reach out to me. Wolf, Matt over here reaches out to me. He's like, hey, we got to resist all half for you, don't
We
you?
got you one, man.
we
It's got your
some
name in
boots.
it, man.
Yeah, it did. Especially for Pat McAfee.
Yes.
In there. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get down to Lubbock. And then we hear you talk. It's like, you guys got something special here. We're
Thank
lucky
you,
to
man.
be here. Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
And good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jay McGuire.
Yeah, Coach.
Love you, Coach.
Man, thank you, Coach. Did you guys comment? You had no idea that was he had that
Legitimately
much
not.
moxie and that much swagger. I
Yeah,
guess.
I will say, like when it does come to college football, I was definitely more of a casual, probably 5 years ago, just because didn't really grow up with a college football team. It was, in New England and Boston, you only care about the pro sports team. So when it comes to college sports, I really was a casual, especially football. That guy is unbelievable.
Yes.
Like, are you kidding me? That was up there with all the Signetti stuff from last year and this year that you see. That's just incredible. And then, Ty said that might just be the best coach just in football.
I mean, I feel like I just watched Gary Gaines address a locker room. He said Friday Night Lights was his favorite movie. He's got a little Billy Bob Thornton as Gary Gaines in him. But, no, I mean, like, it just – and I think in Texas more so than really anywhere else, if you can get a high school guy who was legit in high school who can prove he's legit in college, like you can recruit the whole state. And obviously we've seen like how important that really is.
He's just not afraid to like be himself. He was talking about soft culture and stuff like that. And like a lot of coaches would be afraid to be like, oh yeah, it was signing kegs and Copenhagen cans and Zinn cans, stuff like that. That dude's just who he is.
Yeah.
Now he's leaning in. I believe Pat might be back with us too. I like that he had a text chain with his 2026 recruit group too. Like, hey guys, welcome to the club. Next time, I'm sure a kid he commits to Texas Tech. Coach adds him into the group. Here we go. They're all already like the
and
culture.
they got the number 20. That's 20 people there that are going to be on that because they got 20 commits or whatever. Number one in the Big 12. They're only getting started here, it feels like. Legitimately, they're only getting started. As a horse goes ahead and walks right by there surveying the field. It is great to see. Obviously, it will be saddled and ready to go as the masked Raider.
Are you right? Are you
Raider,
on a horse,
Raider
you think?
Red, unless it's the human, because that's two different people.
No, it's a masked. There's a masked rider that takes the rider horses onto the field here, okay? And this place obviously goes crazy. And we're pung-da-pang-da-poom-da-pam-da-poom. I just saw the horse walk by. That's a lean-looking stallion. I mean, maybe not a stallion. I have no idea. Maybe a pony, maybe whatever the hell. Quarter horse, whatever. Racehorse. Budweiser horse. Good-looking horse. It's not. It's a thoroughbred.
Sure.
It's a beautiful horse, I will say. And I'll tell you what, it looks like it's got pretty good grip on this turf out here, too. I like to see that. But this place is special, and I was talking to Coach McGuire about the meat that I was about to eat later tonight. And I'll tell you what, they take a lot of pride in their meat, as they should. Okay, let's look ahead to the NFL slate, shall we? Sunday Night Football, Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Chargers. Obviously, this is a huge game for both teams. Chargers favored by 2.5 at home. This is the highlight of the NFL Sunday slate. The Pittsburgh Steelers once again in primetime. AP Tony, you guys pumped about the Steelers in primetime against this Chargers team, or are you a little bit worried, pal?
Yep, you know that I'm not. If it was a 1 p.m. game, I would be ecstatic. But no, for some reason, it feels like primetime has not been good to the boys as of late. They get on primetime and bad things happen, and then I got to talk about it on Monday. It's awesome. But no, the good news is obviously both tackles are out. Mekhi Becton, I believe, is out too, so they're on 3 backup offensive linemen. So if they can do what they did to the Colts, they should be in good shape there. Jalen Ramsey's going to stay at safety, which was huge for that game on Sunday. So as far as like on-field stuff, feel great about it. As far as vibes, like and what things have been like in primetime as of late, don't feel great about it. But this is once again another test to be like, hey, this isn't the same Steelers team that it has been the last 4 or 5 years. This is one where you actually make a statement on primetime and people actually talk about you being a good football team.
Tone, listen, I think we're all thinking the same thing.
What's that?
You Yinzers will never be satisfied. You Yinzers see a huge win against the Indianapolis Colts, the best team in all ball. And all of a sudden you say the next week, I don't know if they're a good team yet. What I want to let you know is this Steelers team is prepared. And if they can't beat the Chargers on Sunday night, can they really win a Super Bowl? You guys should be pumped for this game going in there, Tone. And I think you will be as that game kicks off on Sunday night as we wait all day. And then let's go to the early morning, 9:30 a.m. in Berlin. The Indianapolis Colts will kick this thing off as 6.5-point favorites against the Atlanta Falcons. Age, I like where the Colts are, especially because the Sauce Gardner trade and the big move that took place there, bouncing back off of a loss. But the Falcons, you have no idea who they are. You literally have no clue who they are week to week, Age.
Yeah, we don't. Drake London, we know that dude is really coming into his own, too, playing very well. Do
What?
we know, when did the Colts leave?
Already.
Oh, my God. I just saw the Schefter tweet. When was this from?
Yeah, this morning. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What happened?
I don't know.
He took a.
Take it down. I don't want to see it anymore.
At least it's not full season, just at least 4
He took
games,
a big shot on Sunday. I don't know if that's what led to this. Troy Fautano was, you know how AQ's always like, look for ribs. He got one of those on Sunday, so I don't know if that's what caused this. But yeah, that's tough because that is the leader of that football, the defense at least.
The whole team, I think. I think he is probably the biggest voice on the whole team. Holy hell, what's happening? There's a cape on out here. There's a cape on. Somebody on the back of a horse. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. There's somebody.
You can't turn your camera to that?
It's outside. It's going to be very bright. I think there's going to be quite a scene. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Holy hell, we got it. We got it.
Yes.
Oh,
man.
Riders on the stone.
Game day patch on the back?
Yes, it is.
Looks like AI.
Is that Mike Foss in the end zone?
It is.
That is Mike Foss getting things done. You see him? Yeah. He's got quite a waltz. He's got a lot on his plate. You know, all the time. And
What a
take
trot
a little
from that
stroll
horse.
into the Texas. Yeah, I'll tell you, it was majestic here as I was learning about the DeForest Buckner news. I'm looking over here. There's a horse, this beauty, thoroughbred, kind of trotting along. And all of a sudden, I look at my screen. Schefter saying DeForest Buckner, the leader of the Colts, is out. That's quite an interesting place to live in right now underneath this 10-gallon resist-all cowboy hat. But on that note, DeForest Buckner, whenever he hasn't played for us, not great. Okay, that is just a real thing. So that alarms me a little bit. But we should be able to get a win over the Falcons, and I'm excited to see what Sauce Gardner does. So Pittsburgh Steelers, Chargers, Sunday Night Football. Colts, Falcons, 9:30 morning football. In the afternoon, you got the Commanders hosting the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions favored by 7.5 heading into Washington. And I have some breaking news. Okay? Foxy, could you, please, thank you. There we go. Breaking news here. Source
Says
are telling me that President Donald Trump will be in attendance for this Washington Commanders game in the afternoon against the Detroit Lions, and he will actually be there to celebrate the veteran celebration that's taking place at halftime. He'll be sitting in ownership Josh Harris's box, and he'll be excited to celebrate the hell out of the greatest sport on earth, American football. So that's breaking news as we do here live from a tunnel that the Texas Tech Red Raiders come onto the field from with a horse saddle behind me. The president will be in attendance for the Lions versus the Commanders. And I'd like to go directly to Foxy. Foxy, how do you think that turns out for the Detroit Lions as 7.5-point favorites? The president of the country will be in the owner's box of the Commanders.
Yep.
Does that worry you? You think MCDC is going to be a little bit worried about what's going on over there?
No. I love everything about this. The offense last week had some hiccups. They didn't look great. So now they know president's in the building. We got to show up. We got to show out. The running game is going to be back. We're no longer going to be ass and cheeks. We'll be back to Sonic and Knuckles. They're going to score a lot of points here. I love it. The boys are going to bounce back here.
Okay. AJ, it's big news. It's big news.
Yeah, I think Foxy says that no matter what. He says that no matter what happens. Whatever you throw at him. Oh, the whole team is hurt. The Detroit Lions have 3 players dressed in. I like it, though, Pat. I like those 3 guys we have.
You got to be worried about MCDC a little bit here. I mean, there's probably no one on the planet that he'd get nervous in front of, but Trump.
Yeah.
You probably put him up there. You know,
he might headbutt in the tunnel before the game.
He's going to show out.
He might have 2 tins. Mm-hmm. He might have 2 tins in his mouth at one time. Just kind of go through the anxiety, maybe too jacked up. At least 2 pots of coffee, too. Yeah. There's a chance. And maybe he gets a workout. Holy hell, this horse is staring at me. It's running towards us right now. It's running towards us right now. Yeah, I don't know if it's still on there. Nope, it just broke the plane. It's gone.
Touchdown?
The horse is gone.
Yeah, for 6.
Just scored a touchdown, then it went off to the corner there out of the sight of the camera. But it should be a big deal. The president's going to the game. It's big NFL Sunday slate. Go ahead, Foxy.
My initial thoughts are, if the president's going to be there, Kid Rock, diehard Lions fan, absolutely has to be in the building, which I love for my Lions.
Yeah, you're right. And maybe he goes out there and says, ball with the ball, the bang, the dang, diggy, 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 said the boogie, said up, jump the boogie. Ball with the ball, the bang, the dang, diggy, 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 said the boogie, said up, jump the boogie. And then he might say, when he walks in there, maybe he didn't meet the owner of the Commanders yet, Josh, and he'll go, hi, my name's Josh Harrison, and he'll go, my name is Kid. Right there. I think he hits and he finishes the ball with the ball right there in that moment. And that's the spectacle that we're looking for here, and that's going to be taking place for the Commanders. So shout to the NFL. All eyes always on the NFL, and this particular Sunday slate, starting at 9:30 all the way till about 1 a.m., should have absolute bangers. Bills and Dolphins, that one will be fun. Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. We just sang the praises of the Seattle Seahawks with how tight they are. This Cardinals team we're big fans of as well. Jacoby Brissett, starting quarterback for them no matter what. That's an interesting storyline that's going to go. Patriots, Buccaneers. Conman, how do you feel about this game? This feels like a good game for the Patriots fans to find out.
Yeah,
right?
I actually feel pretty good. Some people took them earlier this morning. That made me feel not great. But now, as we talk about the game, think about the game, Emeka Ibuka, great receiver, but he's kind of the only one. And Christian Gonzalez now, Key gets to kind of, maybe hopefully give him his welcome to the NFL moment, since Ibuka has come in and basically dominated from the first game and on. But I feel good about it. I don't know if I should. This is, to your point, though, a great litmus test. Like, hey, I need to be able to set my expectations, whether it's actually Super Bowl or whether it's divisional rounds. Like, I need to know, and this will be a great point for that.
NFC West, Rams and Niners do battle. I mean, you got some really good, and then obviously Eagles, Packers on Monday Night Football. This is a good slate, even though last night's game was ass.
Yeah.
AJ, even though last night's game was ass.
On paper, this does look like it should be a great slate of games. You think we're gonna reverse the curse we've been having lately? We're gonna see some good barn burners back and forth.
Last week we had a good week. 9 of 12 games on Sunday were all one-score games.
I'm skewed by last night's game, thinking, here we go.
That was a barn burner.
Well, and 2 weeks ago. Some of these primetime games have been a little bit of a big old poop, like the horse that's running out there. It's poop. But we think Sunday slate's going to be awesome from beginning to end. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We're back on the other side.
$4 million in prizes and charity as a result of the field goal kicking contest. And Pat, what do we got going today?
Yeah, Reese, I'm happy I can't see that graphic from where I'm at. Just hearing about that is obviously something to make my wife and daughter not be thrilled. $4 million out the door because these college kids have been showing up in such a big way. Congratulations to Garrett Morris here. You were the ticket winner. You are not going to be the one doing the kicking. How come?
I cannot kick.
Okay, so you're ass at kicking.
I'm ass at kicking. I climb rocks. I don't kick.
What's your major?
I'm an accountant.
Okay, so we're going to be counting numbers later.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it'll be some numbers off of
Jonah!
Okay.
This is great.
All right, Jonah. Hey, so you were a kicker in high school, is that right?
Yeah, I kicked my senior year of high school. I was the all-region kicker, baby. Jordan.
Oh, really? We got a couple blockers.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a couple blockers.
Oh.
No, they do. No. Your senior year, what were you? How many attempts did you have?
I had about 5 attempts, made 3 of them.
Oh, you went 3 for 5 and made all region?
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
All region.
Let's make this for $750,000. $250,000 to charity, $1 million to the all-region kicker, Jonah. 3 back, 2 over.
He's got a shot here.
Timeout. Timeout, dude.
We got a timeout.
Timeout, dude. You know what I'm saying?
You're for icing him a little
Yeah,
bit.
right. We got blockers.
Yeah, let's talk
we got
it over.
We got $1 million kick, Jonah. Why don't you think about it a little bit?
Here he goes.
Ooh! No good! Jonah, we will still donate $250,000.
Oh, he called a timeout before the kick. He called a timeout.
$250,000 is going to go to charity. You two will get an opportunity to win $125,000 each. $250 in total for you if you're able to make this kick, Jonah. Sound good? For $500,000 out the door.
He curled that in. Steve's waving it off. I think that was good. Dude.
Can New York tell us if that was in or not, like those at the NFL?
I think it was good.
Count it! $500,000 after review. Great work. Jonah, way to step up. Congratulations, brother.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Hour 2 of the Pat McAfee Show. Feel Good Friday, November 7th. I'm AJ Hawk sitting in for Pat. He's in Lubbock, Texas. Huge battle. BYU, Texas Tech. Football! That's what it's all about, right, Pat? How'd your was it the Masked Rider? Are they still out there? What are we doing here? And you got some new gimmick you have here for the second hour. What is that? What do you got going on?
New gimmick? Yeah, right. You see that logo right there, brother? That's Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, I do believe, is debuting some new stuff here at his alumni Texas Tech this weekend. He's obviously the college game day guest picker. Just so happened to time out perfectly for his bye week. I believe he's Dahn here, and he's got some things set up, and it is going to be a electrifying, maybe an ice-cold weekend for Patrick Mahomes down here back at Texas Tech, and obviously he has donated a lot to this school, and I think he's done a lot of business with this particular school in football. So you're talking about a special weekend to be in town, top 10 matchup, Patrick Mahomes giving back and a part of the guest picker. I mean, you're saying that this could be the greatest weekend in the history of Lubbock. You know, they're talking about that type of stuff. So we feel incredibly honored to be here. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech was something special. I don't think anybody was talking about him being the number 1 overall pick, but every team that really wanted him said this guy could be the guy. He gets drafted to Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid. He sits behind Alex Smith for 1 season, gets to play in the final game of the season because Alex Smith and the Kansas City Chiefs have already secured what their seed would be in the playoffs. So it was a mail-it-in week. Patrick Mahomes is going to beat the Denver Broncos in that game, and then everybody would start telling stories about what he did during the practice squad for the rest of his rookie year. And then Andy Reid would move on from a potential MVP, Alex Smith, to this guy. And what would this Texas Tech Red Raider go on to become? Oh, a GOAT by the age of 26. Everything that this dude has accomplished is obviously immaculate for football, but it feels like he's never changed. He loves this school, always gives back, and him and Adidas are doing some special stuff this weekend on campus, and I happen to reap the benefits of that in getting free shit. So we will certainly say shout out to them. But you wouldn't shout out, you know, but Patrick Mahomes coming out of college, coming out of Texas Tech, I think there were some believers, but I don't think like nationally we knew he was going to be the guy, AJ. I don't think that was something we knew at the time. They feel like they knew down here, though.
Yeah, they knew down there, and obviously Andy Reid and all of them, that the scouts knew what they said. I guess when you go back and you watch him play in college, we should have known, right? We should have. We should have known. I guess you could never predict that he's going to be and do what Patrick Mahomes has done so early in his career, but still.
The thing was, it was like, oh, he's a Texas Tech quarterback. Of course he's going to throw for 500 yards a game. That's what Texas Tech quarterbacks do. Hold on. I see it.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
got the gun.
There's a drone.
This is a rehearsal?
There's a drone. Yeah, there's one gun out there. There's one gun out there. One gun salute on that horse. Yeah, that is a rehearsal potentially, or maybe they're trying to get some sweet shots with the drone for the entire thing. But I'm sorry, Tone, we interrupted you talking about Patrick Mahomes in college. We watched the highlights, and obviously Cliff Kingsbury loved him. But whenever you think about projecting to the NFL with that style of offense at the time, I think there was a bunch of guys putting up huge numbers, right, Tone?
Yeah, it's exactly like him, Graham Harrell, all the Texas Tech
all the air raid type guys. Yes, Gardner Minshew in college. Remember, like
all those guys. So it's like, oh, he's just one of these guys, Colt Brennan. But he wasn't and that's why he went in the first round. That's why the Chiefs got him at I think 11 it was, or whatever. But he was the best of the bunch. It was not just a system thing for Patrick Mahomes, obviously, but he was awesome when he was down there.
Yeah, Pat, didn't you get a call like on the old show when we still had callers from somebody either in Kansas City or Texas Tech, like, hey, you guys need to know Mahomes is the one?
Yes, whenever we were doing our show live, we were just a YouTube show at the time, and as soon as they move on from Alex Smith, I go to Andy Reid, like, what? Come on, Andy. Like, I've lived this football life alongside you. When you were in Philly, you guys were good. Are you ever going to be it? Then you get to Kansas City, you have Alex Smith. He finally executes your offense. You guys are dominating. He's in the MVP conversation, and then you decide just to move on. It's like, come on, dude. This feels like a bad decision. Why are the Chiefs doing this? Obviously, we like the Chiefs' kingdom, but this is a dumb decision. And then somebody from Kansas City called in and said that we need to have a lot more respect for Patrick Mahomes than we have. And that person was citing stories he had heard from the practice squad from people around town. And I guess Patrick Mahomes has been doing Patrick Mahomes shit literally since the day he got to Kansas City. And the defense for Kansas City all year was like, this guy's a nightmare. What are we even talking about? That made its way around Kansas City, I think, as they make that decision to move on from Alex Smith. And they were very defensive and positive of him from the beginning. We were a little bit negative, but they were right. I mean, they were certainly right, AJ. That guy. But also it goes back to he sat for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
He did.
Yep.
He sat for a year. So, like, that never really gets brought up in the conversation. You know, like, hey, Aaron Rodgers sat for like 3 years. Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. You know, now Peyton Manning came in and broke the interceptions record for a rookie and for the NFL, and he obviously would go on to do great. But it's like interesting kind of how everybody develops, especially the GOATs, whenever you talk about that level of shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if we can run it back, Pat, but I don't know if they showed that Patrick Mahomes' stats were from the Oklahoma game. I almost forgot about it. Was he 50-something of 88 for 700 and something yards?
Baker.
I mean, I do remember when this happened, but now it's been a while since I've refreshed. 52 of 88, 734 yards, 5 touchdowns and 12 rushes for 85 and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's one game this dude played. I remember, now looking back. Jeez.
That guy might know what he's doing. That guy might be good. That guy might be good at football. There might
Both
be a
those
chance
guys figured it out a little bit.
88 attempts.
I mean,
yeah, he's spinning it, dude, every time. And once again, that goes back to a lot of these quarterbacks in this air raid system were putting up such big numbers. Yeah. So you'd have some detractors that would be like, he's getting 88 attempts a game. He better throw it for 600 yards. I mean, what are we even doing here? Like, there were some of those people in the NFL that were probably maybe saying he's not supposed to be the number 1 overall guy. But obviously Andy Reid and Veach and everybody in Kansas City knew what that was happening. I will tell you this. Interesting technology here. This thing's stretchy. It's a stretchy.
Is it swishy? I mean? Do I hear a swish?
Is it like a rain jacket?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's swishy, all right.
And it's also, it's pliable. It's
some alien technology you put in that thing, huh?
Yeah, it feels really nice. This is some good stuff here. It's got a good texture, good vibe. Feels like I won't be too hot outside wearing it, although it was colder than I expected here this morning. Oh. Get off the plane, tank top, how you doing? I'm in Texas, was about to do a full how do you do? Wind gust. Wow, it is very cold here. Then immediately I'm told, get down to 35. There's some frozen out here too. And I'm like, well, Gumpy told me yesterday it's 80 degrees there. So I don't know what the hell's going on. It turns out when the sun comes out, it still has its fastball, but it's pretty desert-like, you know, at night and the morning. I guess it's cold as hell. And I'll tell you what, we got another ride down the thing out of the horse. Can't see is right behind the upright. So it's going to be difficult to catch her every single time.
Damn it. Can you ride? Like, will they let you at least jump on the back?
Name that silhouette that's in that shot right there. Go ahead and take it. Give me about 2 minutes here, AJ.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I think you should. What's up, comment?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I don't even know if we spent enough time on those stats from that game.
Yeah.
How, like, looking at Mahomes' side for
Did
sure.
it go into 9 overtimes?
But pull up the Baker stats. How do you complete 27 passes for 545 yards?
It's a hefty average.
Yeah,
what did you go back and
a lot
watch
of
this
80-yard
game
touchdowns.
Yeah, we need to watch this game again.
The
don't
Tech
we?
defense back in the day was
non-existent.
Yeah. Yep. I was gonna say
The defense is much better in the Big 12. I feel like top
Now,
to bottom
yes.
than it was back in the day.
They also didn't have a running game either. That's what, like, Mahomes.
Threw the
like,
ball 88 times.
well,
That's
that
wild.
might have been why he dropped too. It's like, hey, this fucker's arm's gonna fall off by the time he's 28. Like he's
And people just assumed that you couldn't do that in the NFL too. And that
Yeah.
air raid and all that. Well, it's a different game. You know, you can't do that in the NFL.
And that's why college football is almost better because all these teams are so much more complete. To your point about how the Big 12 never had defense, like now they got studs all over the place. BYU, Texas Tech, and it's just complete football teams. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and what if you don't have a complete football team? Hopefully, you got some money to go get those pieces you need to make your team complete. And I think Pat may have a setup there with the greatest of all time in college coaching ranks. Pat, what's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Nick Saban, has joined us down here.
Hey, Coach.
Coach, tell me your thoughts about us being in West Texas. I landed this morning. We're out in the middle of the fields. I saw some oil rigs out there. The sun was rising. I'm getting told that the meat around here is so damn good. Their tent city is happening outside. They love ball, obviously.
Love ball.
Have you been here before, and what are your early thoughts here on Lubbock?
You know, I haven't been to Lubbock before, but I've been in West Texas to recruit. Obviously, there's a lot of good players out here and definitely some good programs, but there's not a lot around.
What? What do you mean? I see oil rigs everywhere.
Well, I meant people.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah, of course. It is very beautiful out here, and we are certainly out here. Let's talk about Joey McGuire. He was just on our show. He's awesome. High school football legend, comes into the college ranks. Now he has his school. Baron Morton, his quarterback's dad, 32-year high school football coach as well. Feels like that's a large part of their story. What are your thoughts on Joey and the program that he's kind of built here at Texas Tech?
Well, I think he's done a phenomenal job here, and I sat through the interview with him earlier today, and I'd met him in 2004. We were recruiting some of his players, so I've always thought a lot of him. But in the meeting today, it was amazing philosophically what a good team builder he is and how he's done a great job, very similar to the way I approach things. Winning and losing is the same. Always sort of keep the same routine for the players, teach the players every opportunity, whether you win or lose. And he's gotten some really good players, but he's also been able to keep the culture what it needs to be so that they can play winning football consistently together. He's built leadership on the team. So, we talk about these players, coming to teams because they want to make money. But I think the really good players still want to develop. And they're not going to make the decision just about money. They're going to make a decision about, where can I grow and develop? And the facilities here are fantastic. He designed these facilities. He set up a program. And everybody in this organization is bought into doing things to help the players create value, which is, sort of the way we always try to do it. So tremendous amount of respect for this guy.
Yeah, we talked about the NIL stuff a lot whenever we're talking about a team. They got a lot of support here from ex-players. A lot of support here from ex-players. And Joey McGuire, you talk about him having everybody's support around here. This city's ready to erupt. This city is ready to erupt.
Yeah, and I think this city is built around this university, which kind of makes it a unique kind of a place. And when you're a college coach, like Tuscaloosa is built around the University of Alabama,
yes,
that really makes it something special for the players. Everywhere they go, everything seems to be really important in terms of what they're doing and what they're investing in. So I think this is that kind of place too.
AJ Hawk has a question for you about a different game happening this weekend in a little colder weather. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I do, Coach. Kirk Herbstreit came on here, and he was pretty adamant. He feels like Oregon's going to go into Iowa and going to have a battle on their hands, and Iowa is, probably going to get a win there, I guess. What are your thoughts on that game? We're not looking for your pick. I know you're going to do everything tomorrow, but what kind of atmosphere are you looking for? Do you think Iowa's going to give them a good run?
And Oregon heard that.
Yes, it did.
Well, I actually think that I watched Oregon play earlier, and they have some fantastic skill guys, great quarterback. But when they've not been able to win on the line of scrimmage and when they've not been able to run the ball and have balance, they've struggled a little bit. And I think that's what they're looking at Iowa, because Iowa's going to be a physical team. They're like second to Ohio State in terms of total defense or whatever it is. So they're going to make it tough on them to run and try to make them one-dimensional. And, that could be a problem. But Oregon does have great skill guys. And if Iowa can't match up with those skill guys, there are going to be a lot of big plays. But the other thing I was going to try to do is shrink the game by keeping the ball, which is the way they play. Keep the ball on offense, limit the number of possessions the other team has, run the ball, play good defense. That's how they win.
Do you want to say it? Do you want to say what Kirk said? Kirk just came in.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
AJ softened it mightily. Kirk Herbstreit came on and said, Iowa's beating Oregon this weekend. Shh, don't tell anybody. He did it on Thursday. It's like, well, now all the Iowa fans are like, thanks, Kirk. Okay, there was a chance that maybe Oregon was going to be a little sleepy coming into Kenny. There's a chance that Iowa, 30 degrees, windy, was going to maybe just kind of pop up on them. Not that Oregon wouldn't be prepared, but he certainly threw a whole nother added conversation about this particular game. Ty Schmidt, Iowa grad, what you're hearing back there is him telling Kirk to shut up. He shouldn't have done that, right? Ty, that's what you were saying?
Yeah, that was an all-time generational asshole move by Herbie with how Iowa fans have been feeling going into this game.
Well, and I guarantee you that Lanning had that up on the screen within 20 minutes.
Yes, he actually did.
Because the greatest motivator for this generation is if somebody dogs them, somebody disrespects them, and you can use that to motivate your team.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was hoping that you guys picked the other team.
Don't be saying you guys, me. Don't be, you're saying we're part of the problem. You say we're part of the problem. I want to let you know the way my brain works now. If you were in a game, there was about 100% chance I was picking the West Virginia hillbilly, okay, who's the greatest of all time in Nick Saban. Even did it in Georgia against Georgia, as you found out.
The greatest of all time was what you did in the Georgia-Alabama game when you had all those Georgia people all fired up about how you're going to pick them.
Down the track. Yeah.
Oh, that was that you could never match that.
Okay, so now that you know me a little bit more, think about the transition from guy who I love, Pollock. Okay, I love David Pollock. He was a part of College Game Day. He was very nice to me. I come on, and then Pollock ends up not being on the show because his contract's up. They don't renew it. Whatever the case, I wish they would have brought him back. I love David Pollock. I can't say that enough. How nice he was to me. But Georgia people were like one of the greatest damn good dogs that we've ever had gone. This asshole is in here. So they were they were a loud bunch against me. Got kicked out of a restaurant. I got kicked out of a restaurant in Athens, Georgia. So think about an entire season of that with how petty I am now. Think about that. Think about that happening in their yard. It was like guaranteed. Now you going out and getting a win for me? Coach, cement it. Legendary for me. I appreciate the hell out of you. But yeah, we were vibing in there. We were certainly vibing in there. And that's why college football is great, man. That type of situation is why college football is great. Better than any other sport that we have in America, the pageantry, the passion. This camping out stuff here, and you talk about the school and kind of building this town. Sports and football can take your university to, Alabama had happened alongside you guys, right? With how good your football team was?
Yeah.
Better the football team, better the whole university was, right?
No doubt. And I think the whole plan at Alabama was to build the team, build the town around the team and the university and make it better. And they absolutely did that because, the window that people look at a university is through the athletic program. And you got great passion, you got all this enthusiasm, you got people that love it, and it's so unpredictable. I think that's what makes it great. So and I think that is definitely alive and well here in Lovey.
I think so too. Even their softball. Remember that? What's the girl's name? What was the girl's name? She has a great name too. We should remember.
From Stanford. Yeah, they came from Stanford.
Yeah.
I actually talked to her on the phone trying to recruit her to come to Alabama.
And then Cody Campbell got on the phone here.
That was it. He's a much better closer than me.
Yeah, Najari Kennedy. Okay, she was a beast. Led them to the World Series.
Yep.
So, was it worth it? Yeah, I'd say. It was electrifying throughout the entirety. Now, obviously, you did a lot with Alabama. You also did a lot at LSU. Maybe that's happening this weekend. Let's go to Diggs back in the Thunderdome.
Yep, Coach, you're the perfect person to ask about this. Obviously, this is the first game since Brian Kelly has been fired, and it's not like LSU lost all of its guys as well. They still have guys because they're LSU and they're going into Bama. When you're coaching against a team like this that just fired their coach, they have nothing to lose. Is this a scary situation for the Bama side of this, of all things?
Well, I think that it's a very scary situation because it's very unknown to them how is LSU's team going to react to this? And what changes are they going to make? The players have nothing to lose, as you said. So are they going to play free and easy and just go out and, try to play the best football they can? And they probably feel a little disrespected. I'm talking about LSU relative to where they are, their season, how it's gone, their coach getting fired. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. So this is not a game that Alabama cannot go out and play their best game of the year because, for Alabama, to me, LSU has a great secondary. Alabama's dependent on the forward pass quite a bit this year with the receivers they have and the quarterback. And their inability to create a consistency in the running game, makes this a pretty good matchup for LSU versus their defense versus Alabama's offense. So it's going to be a really interesting game to see how LSU's team responds.
Okay, let's talk about a team that might have a little bit more free or maybe a little bit more to prove, like this LSU team, because new head coach and everything like that, interim head coach. You got to put them away early, right? Is that the big thing that you're putting? Like, hey, if this lingers, they're all of a sudden staying in it. That's an empowering thing for the other team potentially.
Yeah, I would assume that when you play in a game like this, if I were the coach, I would tell our guys that we're going to have to play through the initial great enthusiasm that they're going to come out with to try to prove something, and you're going to have to change the way they think, and you need to do that by getting off to a great start and not let them stay in the game, because if they can stay in the game and think they have a chance to win, you're creating a monster.
Okay, speaking of creating a monster, Ohio State's the national champions. Nobody's talking about them. Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, we had Ryan Day on yesterday, and he seemingly loved the fact that nobody's really talking about Ohio State at number one, and it feels like the Buckeye Nation, AJ included, loves that as well. When you were coaching for Alabama and you guys were in a similar situation where you're just so dominant, there was no point really to talk about the team until later in the season. How did you use that throughout the season? Was it something like nobody respects you, or was it something as if nobody even wants to talk about you guys? How did you use that to your own advantage, the way Ryan Day's using it for Ohio State?
Well, I always tried to make it about the individual as much as I could. So regardless of whether anybody was talking about us or not, I would always tell the players, are you creating value for yourself by the way you're playing? Because there are people out there looking at you. There are people out there evaluating you. All want to go play in the league someday. So what are you going to put on the tape that creates value for you? And that's what I tried to do with our players. And I tried to use their own goals and aspirations, their selfish, self-absorbed, ambitious sort of attitudes that most great athletes have, which is a good thing to me. Sounds bad, but it's really a good thing. I tried to use that to keep them motivated so that they were going to go out there and play the best that they could play and not listen to the outside noise, whether it was good or bad or nothing at all. I kind of like nothing at all. I hated it when everybody was talking about how good our team was. That's where the whole rat poison came into play. And
I tried to give him some. I don't know if you saw. Ryan Day was on the show, and I told him, congratulations, you won. You're number one in the first CFP. You guys won the title. Go ahead, put the crown on. Give you a ring. Do that. He shut up. He got up and left. He literally got up and left. We haven't done anything. Fun is when we win. No fun is when we lose. He sounded a lot like you, to be honest. He certainly did. And I think he reached out to you about having sustained success. But it feels like his big message is like, let's not get bored doing the right things. And he's trying to drive home the same messages that I've heard you talk about a lot, which is good for Ryan Day.
Right. And I think that people have to understand that success is defined by consistency and performance, and it's not a continuum. So if you don't continue to strive to get better all the time, people are going to bite you in the tail end. You would say ass, but...
Well, you just said it. Yeah. You just said it as well there, but you're right. And that's a great definition of success. Like, consistency is the difference between great and good, I think. And that's kind of like, are you there for a little bit or are you there for a long time? Well, a long time means you're consistently good. That's why guys that play 20 years in the league in any sport, it's like they're unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. We were just talking about Patrick Mahomes. We were just talking about his entire road, how he gets drafted to the Chiefs, sits behind Alex Smith. Alex Smith has an MVP-like season, and then Andy Reid kicks him out of town. And they're like, we're going with this guy. And I was very confused by it, and then all of a sudden he goes on and just takes over the world. And it's like, well, he has that competitive – he is in between the ears, everything you want in a player, basically.
No doubt. And I think You just talked about what makes great players, what made Michael Jordan what he is, what made Tiger Woods what he is, Kobe Bryant what he is, Patrick Mahomes what he is. They can continue to challenge themselves even when they have a tremendous amount of success. And that's just the kind of competitors they are. And look, I have more respect for a great competitor than just about anything. And those guys were great competitors.
I like learning why the greats are greats. That's why we enjoy chatting with you, because you're greatest of all time. Now, on that note, you've had a lot of coaches coach for you, and there's a lot of you in a lot of your coaches. Lane Kiffin obviously has learned a lot about and from you. He does it in his own way. Ty has a question about their weekend.
Yeah, Coach, Ole Miss has the Citadel this weekend. From your experience, how difficult is it when you're in the teeth of the SEC schedule and then this late in the season you play a non-conference team who, human nature would say that a lot of the guys are probably thinking, hey, if we show up, we're going to beat the shit out of these guys. How difficult is that, kind of just the preparation of that going into a week like this when obviously if you don't show up and you somehow get beat, that's catastrophic for what you're trying to do the rest of the year here?
Well, ironically, we played the Citadel in a similar situation, I don't know, maybe the 10th or 11th game of the year just a few years ago. And if you look at the book, we were behind at halftime. And I think we might have been number one in the country at the time. All right, so firsthand, I'm telling you, it is really, really difficult to get your players to play when they've been playing SEC games that are so important. You're trying to get in the playoffs. You're playing a big game every week. Can't afford to lose one. Trying to get in the SEC championship game. Now you're going to play the Citadel. No disrespect to their kids, their players, their families, or anything else, but it's just not the same to the players, and it's really, really hard to get your team mentally ready to play, prepare the right way during the course of the week, and then go out there and execute with the right disposition when the game comes. And then these guys, they grew up wanting to play at Ole Miss or Alabama or Georgia or whatever. Now they're getting an opportunity to play in that stadium. I'm telling you, man, it's their biggest game of their life, and probably not that big a game for your players, and that's a tough psychological thing to overcome.
Yeah, Winnedad, we hope, will just continue to be who we thought he was. Ferris State, absolute stud, has gone into Ole Miss, and now he seemingly just gets better and better every single week. Lane Kiffin could run that score up on him, too. I mean, there could be a lot of alley-oops coming on the sideline, but if you let him linger, this is the same thing, though.
Right.
You let anybody linger in college football, then there's a belief that kind of starts to happen, and confidence changes the trajectory of games and seasons.
Well, and I think that because Ole Miss has really good skilled players and they're going to spread them out and make them, defend in space and play loose plays, that's going to be a disadvantage for the Citadel. So the biggest chance they got to stay in the game is probably to shrink the game, run the ball, don't give them very many possessions, and hope they can get some turnovers and stops.
How was the cake?
Good. Really good. Carrot cake is my favorite.
Oh, I love carrot cake.
Yeah,
carrot cake is very good. It also feels like you're eating something healthy because carrot's in there, even though it's clearly not.
Even though the icing is, really good for you.
How come you wouldn't sit the hell up? Huh? Why wouldn't you sit the hell up? There's a celebration going on. You're just there snoozing. You got your America's Best to your right, 2 blankets on top of you there, living the good life. Miss Terry's bringing this cake. She made that 10 hours ago for you. You won't sit your ass up first? You got to tell you to sit up, Coach?
You think she made that cake?
Yeah.
Miss Terry found out about catering a long time ago. But she is a hell of a cook when she cooks.
That was a beautiful moment, showcasing your guys' relationship. Genuinely, that was a beautiful thing, man. How old again?
74.
Have we hit it yet?
I'm trying to get more shots, but these damn guys I play with are really difficult.
You're the man. Thank you so much for being so nice to us and kind to us. The world appreciates you. I think you'd be the only person, if you announced that you were going to be running for president, everybody would be excited. Did you hear President Trump's going to be at the Commanders-Lions game?
Well, I knew that he was trying to get a hold of you to make that announcement. That shows how important you are.
That was pretty weird. I got a text from the White House. I got a text from hey, this is insert name here from White House. Okay, this is like 20 minutes before we go live. I'm like, oh, sweet. I've been talking to the McAfee people, not just antivirus. Obviously, they got scam detection and all this other stuff that they can help you and save you. I almost sent this number immediately to them and was like, this is bullshit. I get a text from the White House. I respond, and they're like, hey, the president's going to be enjoying the Veterans Day celebration at halftime of the Commanders game. I didn't know if you wanted to make the announcement. He'll be sitting with Josh Harris, the owner of the Commanders, and he'll be at the game enjoying football and Veterans Day celebration. I'm like, is this real? I have no idea if this is real. They're like, yes, we will send an official email to follow up that you will see it. We got an email from the White House. That was a pretty big deal. So of course, though, I forgot you were on the group text with the
I'm going to tell
leaders of the world.
President Trump is a great sports fan. He loves sports. He loves football. He loves all kinds of sports. And if you ever talk to him, that's all he wants to talk about.
Yeah, I heard you were potentially at a little bit of a meeting where there were some business people, maybe some big-time business people, and then Coach Saban sitting there, and then the president's there. We got good music blaring, obviously. We got good times. DJT, actually being DJT down there, I heard Mr. President Trump as the DJ. And I heard literally the conversation was about sports the entire time with all the
whole time.
That's awesome.
The whole time.
Sports are the greatest.
They're the greatest. And it's amazing how people relate to it, and the competition and the passion that people have for their team. It's fantastic.
I don't know Josh Harris's political affiliation, and I don't really care to look into it, but I do know sports and stadiums are where people from all different backgrounds. Now, there's becoming a pricing issue, which we should certainly talk about. We got to make sure everybody can still get in these stadiums because it's a magical moment. All backgrounds, all prices, all socioeconomic coming together just to tell the other team that they suck. It's beautiful. Sports are the greatest.
You know, I might have told you this before, but when we won the national championship in 2003 at LSU, I had Jesse Jackson was in town for something. I had to come talk to the team. And when he got finished talking to the team, he said, you know, Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night is closer to the kingdom of God than my church. I said, you got to be kidding me, man. You ever been in this stadium? I said, you can smell the bourbon on the 50-yard line when you're doing a coin toss. And he said, no, he said, you know, everybody's got the same goal. The rules are clearly defined. Everybody's together in spirit. Doesn't matter if they're short, fat, tall. It doesn't matter. Everybody's together in spirit. And he said that's very difficult to do, but that's how sports brings people together.
Amen.
Amen.
Preacher Saban,
Yeah.
Reverend Jesse Jackson, President Donald J. Trump. We have a hell of a life we're living. We're lucky to do it. We're going to enjoy the hell out of Lubbock. Coach Saban will be sent on his way here, and then I will rejoin you boys to make our picks to wrap up this beautiful hour. And we might have a surprise guest appearance at the end of this thing. But ladies and gentlemen, the greatest of all time, Coach Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. I don't know who that. You guys know who he's teasing? A possible surprise guest? towards the end
First
of the
thought
show?
would be Peter the dog. I'm not sure.
Is Peter, Mitch, and the whole crew making the
Just
trip?
Pete.
right now?
I would just Pete.
I saw Pete on Kirk posted him last night talking to Bo Nix before the game, a bunch of different people, right?
He bit Bo Nix in the hand, right? That's why he was having trouble.
Word on the street is Peter was not happy the other dogs got some shine last week, so I assume this is a
He hurt him.
solo mission. Oh, yeah,
He injured the other dogs.
Well,
and
no,
they can't
it
make
wasn't
it.
even about that. It was more so just realizing, like, why are there 3 CEOs of happiness? Like, I'm the CEO,
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly.
This isn't Succession, okay? I ain't Kendall. I ain't the sister. I ain't Roman, okay? Shiv, the sister. I'm fucking Logan Roy.
Okay, that's what Peter's making a stand. I got a little worried there when Bo Nix had the ball in his hand that Peter's going to jump up and just take the 2 of his fingers.
That's
off.
what I'm saying. Rip a fingernail off or something like that.
Oh, I don't know about that, Pat. How does Coach Saban? How's he doing over there? You guys back? There you are.
Peter does like the ball, I will say. I've seen
Will he
Peter
bring it
around
back
the ball.
though? Will he bring it back like fetch?
Yeah, I've seen him around any ball. He's a golden retriever. He will retrieve. I mean, it's in his name and his blood, and boy, he loves ball. This morning, as soon as we got here to campus, Peter was wide ass open in a grassy field, just getting the ball right to the ball. And the way he slides, because he's so big, so fast, so nimble, he's stopping. He's like going around like it's dirt track racing. Like his ass end is like kind of sliding out. He is an incredible athlete. I mean, Peter is very big, but very athletic, very nimble, and he's got great vibes all the time, but he loves a ball. I mean, is Peter's brain at all times. And, I do love how much everybody embraces the hell out of him, because as soon as you see him, his tongue's hanging out.
Just like Thamel. He's all ball all the time. Ball.
And and tongue hanging out. I think it is. I think it is pretty. I think it is pretty similar there. Yeah, I think it is. Coach Saban is the best.
Yep.
The absolute best. So this morning, what time the meeting started here? Local time. Sorry, as I'm batting the hell out of my microphone here. This morning, what time the meeting started? Coach Saban got in like basically at the same exact time. So there's a little bit of chirping. Around the room. I didn't say anything. I said, Coach, you do whatever the hell you need to do, brother. You're Coach Saban. You do what you need to do. But that is very abnormal for Coach Saban, so everybody kind of took their shots at him. Whole meeting happens. Very end, he looks around. He goes, you. Coach Saban starts talking shit to people. You, bang, bang, bang. It was great sauce this morning out of Coach Saban. And last week, if you watched Game Day, which, breaking news, Game Day will be available on X, on our account in its entirety. Nice. So if you obviously are in the middle of this dispute that is taking place between ESPN and YouTube TV, if you have the X account at all, Game Day will be live on there for the second week in a row. And this is kind of a trailblazing thing for X. You know, obviously they've made deals to get in the content game with the NFL. They got deals with the WWE. They're starting to try to get into the content game in a bigger way. They're starting to be a hosting platform. They're trying their best. Remember, Elon's vision of X is a place for everything. They want not just words. We want pictures. We want to be in content creator world. We want to do business. He's also worth, I think, $1 trillion now. As of yesterday, Elon. So his goals are for X to kind of become this one-stop shop for a place, because especially if they can hub everything, they will. So in the content world, they've been picking it up big time. So there's a guy named Mitch over there that's been really spearheading it with X and Game Day and ESPN, trying to make this a thing, because this would obviously be huge. And Jimmy Pitaro needs a lot of credit for this, because he loves College Game Day and what it brings to people, and he understands that people can be upset about everything that's going on business-wise. Both companies are allegedly, in there. Allegedly, if you're listening to what's reporting, a lot of people obviously attacking ESPN and Disney for it because they have the rights for it. It's like, well, I think they think that the other side is potentially doing some stuff, and anytime that takes place, we have no idea how long it'll be. So Jimmy Pitaro zigging and zagging to try to get College Game Day to College Game Day fans and college football fans as much as they possibly can. Don't think they can do sports right now with the way the deals are. The actual games, studio show, even though we're on the road, a little bit different, I think, whenever it comes to back-end contracts. So I think they're trying to work on that as well. But Jimmy is like, we need to get our fans our stuff. We hear you. We understand that. So another week of Game Day being live on X, obviously for free. And I'm thankful that we can be a small part of hopefully getting, one of the greatest shows in the history of television to more people and to their fans that watch it, because I'm lucky to be a part of it. So, it's a pretty big deal what's happening tomorrow, I think, in the history of platforms and media distribution. I think these last 2 weekends, when we look back like 5-10 years from now, we'll say a pretty big deal in it all, because I think X is going to try to get in the game in a pretty big way.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Especially with how many people want to watch college football, want to watch College Game Day. I mean, like you said, it's been an institution. It's just what you do on Saturdays when you wake up. You watch Game Day. Like, that's what I think a lot of people have been doing for 30 years now, however long it's been running now, I guess.
It's an interesting thing, though, because on X, I think they do have the app for a TV, I was told. Somebody told me that I could do that. I didn't know that. I only X on my phone. I don't really use a computer, so I understand that X is on a computer as well. But it's like fun to think about the next generation, which has been a big deal for Game Day this year. The 18 to 39 or whatever bump, or the 18 to 24 bump this year has gone up in a huge way. It's like, how do we continue to, because a lot of them are YouTube TV. A lot of them are.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know what school. They don't even know what we're talking about. Like when you these issues.
So X feels like a very good platform for it. Just easy, just kind of get in there and hopefully reach a lot of the fans. And they know it's not perfect. They know it's not easy for everybody. That none of this is good for any party. I think everybody thinks, but like trying to figure out ways to make sure you can is certainly a focal point for Jimmy in this entire thing, Jimmy Pitaro. So cool that we're a part of it, and cool that we're part of the future age. Now, on that note, let's talk about this weekend, shall we?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
9:30 a.m. we got a game, AJ. 9:30 a.m. we got a game in Berlin. Now, the Falcons will be taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And I don't know if you know this, AJ, but sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Nope.
It'd be 9.
9 would be the answer.
Exactly.
unbit poo is French, I believe, or maybe German. But whatever the case, I know a couple things. Ein groß Bier bitte, Dankeschön. I believe I know Bibliothek. I think that is a library. Flugzeug is something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got a little German in me. Okay. I know a little bit. I've been over there. I actually love that place. I appreciate the way that Germans have treated me when I was over there. I told you guys that I ended up at a rave in a basement at some club after a pretty extensive evening out on the town, and everybody kind of, I mean, it was,
You're right.
I've had a good time in
Sometimes
Germany.
people lose organs when they wake up in a situation like that.
Yeah, no, everybody, I was vibing with everybody. And I don't know how I had communicated with these people up until this point because they had very limited English and I had no German, but boy, we were having a good time. I was sweating. I came back. Oh, man, this is a wild day here. I need to, where are we right now? And you know, one German man, you know, said, we're here, blah, 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 give me a thing, get a water. I get out, bang, right down the block from the hotel. I'd started at a different place. Obviously, that's a crazy evening. Who knows how that whole thing goes, but the Germans took care of me, so I will always be very thankful for that. But I was also teammates with Bjorn Werner, obviously. Bjorn and many other Germans, I don't want to say many because there's not like a lot of them, but there's a lot of like grassroots love of football in Germany. And there's been a lot of people trying to make it a thing. You go all the way back to the World League. German people seemingly love football. And whenever the London games were happening, you talk to a lot of the locals there. They say it's a lot of people coming in from Germany. And there's a lot of people, a lot of big-time fans. And I got a chance to experience that with Bjorn. And it was so cool to watch. And he's been a great representation. He has a bromance show over there. They sell out an arena whenever they want to cover games. So it's like Germany showcasing their fanhood is another cool thing that's going to be happening. But also the Colts are very over there because of Bjorn. So I'm excited for the atmosphere. I'm excited for the morning. I'm excited for Germany. And I believe we fly the Flugzeug into victory lane. And I think we're having ein groß Bier bittas afterwards. And I think the Colts cover whatever the spread would be, AJ.
Yeah, it's Colts are 6.5-point favorites right now. Do we know when either team left? Like, is that a whole thing now? The travel days,
Not
how many
sure.
days you have it before you play the game there? That's always been.
Colts left yesterday. I don't know if it was morning or night. It was definitely dark out, but we're starting to get to the time where it's dark out all the time.
Yeah,
It's starting to become that in Indianapolis. We got a couple good sunrises happening, but that thing is going to be very limited moving forward with the way fallback clock schedules go. They left at night. It was dark, so I don't know if it was yesterday morning or yesterday night, but they were posting on socials. I think Edgerrin James is over there. Dallas Clark is over there. Bjorn's over there. I saw Kalen cutting a ribbon at some thing going on. So it's like they're trying. I think the Colts are trying their best to say thank you to Germany because I think we do have a lot of fans over there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think it is.
If you believe
I'm sorry.
you're good. If you believe in good karma, I believe I saw Dallas Clark and the big three-rower there, and the Colts wasted no time. They built a playground over in Berlin to kind of say thank you. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you got karma on your side, and they're also the better football team, which doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Edge and Dallas Clark going over there. Bjorn, I believe, was in the back there next to Blue is Bjorn. If you see on the top right photo, I believe that would be quadrant 1.
Do they know how aggressive Blue can be with people? Do the
find
Germans understand like what he did to Foxy and he's done to other people?
He cream pied Jane this morning, I believe. Jane Ashley Slater.
No. It's a good pie. It was a strong pie.
Yeah, he cream pie. He did the classic, cream pie that he does all over everybody. Right there on Good Morning Football. Boom, Blue came in with the cream pie. Dude, that is Blue football. Honestly, that's part of Blue football that people don't really talk about enough is that Blue will get you with a cream pie no matter where you're standing. You can be in the United States of America. You can be in Germany. You're going to catch one of these cream pies from Blue because anybody can get it, especially whenever he's dealing it. I am excited for Blue to experience Germany, especially Berlin. And, there's a lot of history in Berlin, obviously. Here it is. Look at this, AJ. You thought I was joking when I said it.
I did.
Look at Jane. I think it's her birthday. Happy birthday. And you get a... cream pie right
got
there.
her clean.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Interpol's going to be looking for him by the time he's.
Oh, there it is. There's his classic move.
Yeah, he's got good gyrations of the hips. I think he takes a lot of pride in that. And I like that he pump faked her a little bit because she was ready for it the first time. He said, nope, this is like Slapfest. And then he came with the second one. And she went, nope. And then he got it with the third one. That's classic Blue football. So I'm pumped up about the Colts being over there. I like the Colts minus 6.5. Is there any other lines, Tone?
6.5 across the board.
Give me the Colts, too.
8.
Last week I said, hey, I got to go with them until they prove me wrong. But I'm sticking with him. I think coming off a loss, the Colts figure it out here.
Yeah, just the only big worry is back-to-back bad Bijan Robinson games. He has not looked good the last 2 weeks, at least running the ball.
So you're saying he's
And I'm not trying to sway, okay?
What's the field look like in Berlin, too? Are we going to have a normal,
it's gonna be a good field.
chunky field?
It's going to be a good field.
You got to wear 9-inch
Great
cleats?
point.
Tip-top shape, I'd assume.
The scary thing is no DeForest Buckner.
Yes.
That's the scary thing with no Bijan. That is a very scary thing. So 6.5 might be too much, but I'll roll with the Colts. Giants, Bears. Bears, I think it's supposed to be 30 degrees if I saw the weather report accurate. Not that would affect the New York Giants. Bears favored by 4.5 there at Soldier Field. Anything we need to know about this one, boys?
I don't think so. I think it's just one of those situations like, okay, can the Bears stop anything? And then for the Giants, running game, how's it going to be? No more scat. Is that going to continue to be a problem? Or, will Jackson Dart squeeze one out for Daboll?
I know because Bruce was talking about it yesterday. The Giants have some secondary injuries that are probably going to be game-time decisions. So look at the injury report to determine what their secondary is going to be like in that situation. But as far as lines go, you can get anywhere from 4 to 5 on this one.
Bears also banged up.
Okay, Bears a little banged up, but it's also football season, so you never know what you're going to have until the ball is kicked off,
Yeah, I have to find a way to get that in the Thunderdome. Just for the record, let's dump this and make sure we get that done.
How about me announcing that President Trump's going to be at that game, taking that camera?
Yeah.
The amount of people that are going to see that, they're going to hate me so bad. Doofus in cowboy hat looks ironically into camera to his side to announce that the president is going to an NFL game. Can't wait for that. Been in those pools before. I like the Chicago Bears -4 is what I heard from Diggs there.
Yep. Is that -4 or -4.5?
4 is the lowest you can get.
All right, give me the Bears -4 as well at home, Pat.
Ravens, Vikings, J.J. McCarthy's on demon mode, bro. Okay, 9 is going ham ski. He is so lit. And Lamar is seemingly all the way back. The sports books thought that the Baltimore Ravens, when Lamar came back, would be all the way back. He proved that his first game. He threw for 4 touchdowns. I will take the Baltimore Ravens -4.5 against the Minnesota Vikings, even though I can't wait to watch 9 do his thing out there, AJ.
Pat, you could get him at -3.5, and if you did want the Vikings, you get them all the way up to 4.5. Did anyone see the tweet that said, if we're going to have to defend this shit, this guy better bring us a championship? Talking about the demon, the 9 thing.
Well, a lot of people are saying he threw for 140 yards. So let's go ahead and relax. But he ran in for a touchdown. Okay, he ran in for a touchdown. Sure. It feels like the boys love him, and that's who he is. I think that's why you couldn't have another quarterback in there with him. Like last year, Sam Darnold, he gets hurt. I think he's alpha. I think JJ is an alpha, and I think the team loves him. I think they like him. I think KOC's good, but I just like the Ravens on their comeback tour because the sports books have been calling them the AFC North favorites for weeks now. So it feels like they know something we don't. Maybe Baltimore's all the way back, and Chuck Pagano might have the boys rolling. Give me the Ravens -4.5.
Yeah, I think so. I would take the Ravens, and I believe we can get it -3.5, right?
Yes, you can.
Tone? Okay, we both have the Ravens -3.5, Pat.
Okay, that's good news. Let's go Saints, Panthers. Panthers favored by 5.5 at home. I will take them just strictly because I watch their mic'd ups and I like them.
Give me the Panthers as well. Yep.
Dowdell, I believe, is questionable, but if we know anything about him, he's going to be ready to go.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Yeah, they're going to get the Rico Act. Yes, they certainly are. Buffalo Bills against the Miami Dolphins. Bills favored by 8.5. Let's head over to a table of optimism here. Gumpy, what should we be thinking about this game?
Bills can't stop the run. That's one thing we are kind of good at with Achane. Ollie Gordon should be back. Maybe Jalen Wright, not a healthy scratch because he's very good at running the ball. Other than that, Rasul Douglas possibly out. Our whole secondary possibly out.
Okay, so who did you guys trade away? Because I heard somebody say it was the best day of his life when he got traded away from the Dolphins.
Jalen Phillips, yeah, the weather is nicer in Philadelphia than Miami.
He didn't say that, did he?
Yeah, that's what he said, and he got the most Instagram likes he ever got on a picture.
Yeah, but I thought he said it was the best day of his life.
Oh, I missed that part. I missed the start of it. I missed the best day of his life part.
Guys not allowed to be excited?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was excited day one. I mean, talk to me now. Like, this is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome.
Pause.
What?
That's good. Did you hear it there, Gumps? Did you hear it?
Let's hear the whole clip. We can't be chopping things like that. It's not good.
Run the rest of it. He said it was the greatest day of his life.
Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. The city of Philly's, giving me a very warm welcome. I got about 20 times the amount of Instagram likes that I ever got on a post before from the Philly fans. So shout out to y'all. But yeah, it's been great so far. Getting out there practicing. I love the weather here. I love the locker room. Everything's awesome.
What makes it the greatest?
He likes football weather, Gumps. Don't blame him for that. He loves everything else about it. It's the greatest day of his life getting traded to the Eagles.
I'm happy for Jalen Phillips. He's a very good football player. He deserves it.
All right, on that note, I'm not picking the Dolphins against anybody. Who do you have in this one, AJ Hawk?
I will take, shockingly, I am going to have the Buffalo Bills here, minus 8.5.
Cleveland Browns, New York Jets. Who cares? I'll take the Browns, I guess, minus 2.5, AJ.
You get minus 1.5.
Yeah, I'm taking
Better.
Browns
I'll
minus
do that.
1.5 as well. Yeah, we're green on a lot.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see the board. Now, is that a good thing for you or bad thing? I have not been getting a lot of NFL games right, although college, I feel like I'm potentially in my bag this season. Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, AFC South battle. Tone, is there a percentage of money on this one anywhere?
Yes, there is. Let me pull it up real.
Who's the quarterback?
The quarterback, I'm not sure.
Davis Dougie Mills.
Yeah, is Doug Mills, but I hate to say it, these Texans are figuring it out. That defense is still that defense, and Dougie Mills is a junkyard dog. We know that.
And 69% of the money is on the Jacksonville Jaguars because, unlike this program, a lot of the country does not believe in Davis Dougie Mills like us.
We love Dougie Mills. 5 years ago, we loved Dougie Mills.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't even know his name was Davis because we called him Dougie so much, actually. So that's why he's still Dougie Davis Mills. I will take the AJ. Who do you have?
J.J. Watt will be in the booth. Give me the Texans.
Plus 1.5.
I'll take the Texans as well.
It's such a bad number. It's such a bad number.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars minus 1. I'll do that.
You get the Jags minus 1.
Let's keep in mind the Jags did in fact go to overtime with the Raiders. And
that's a good ball club, though.
Maybe it's just because we're fresh off
So
the
they're
Raiders.
good in close games, is what you're saying.
I mean,
Jacoby Myers edition.
Give me the Jags. I'll take the Jags. Jags minus 1.5. You're on the Houston Texans. I like it. Patriots, Buccaneers. We heard Connor chit-chat about how this is a good litmus test and, how Patriots fans should feel good. I mean, both these guys, MVP conversations. What the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are with Baker Mayfield, awesome. What Drake May and Mike Vrabel have been able to do with this Patriots team, incredible. Stephon Diggs all the way in. Defense ready to roll. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
When I first, walked in here today, I was leaning heavy Patriots. But you know what? You pop this graphic up and give me the Bucks right now. Like, I see Baker, I see him competing, maybe jaw him back and forth with Vrabes a little bit, wake them both up. Give me the Bucks.
Okay, I'll take the New England Patriots. The Bucks have ruled out running back Bucky Irvin, says Ari Mirov of My Sports Update. Chris Godwin and Hassan Reddick for Sunday. So I will take the New England Patriots plus some points in Tampa. Let's do this thing, Con, man. Yeah. Cardinals, Seahawks. I think we like the trajectory of both of these teams with decisions that they're making. I love the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm just going to pick them no matter what they're favored by going forward, AJ.
Yeah, I am. I'm on the Seahawks bandwagon as well. We got Seahawks minus 6.5 at home. I think they cover.
Yes, sir.
Los Angeles Rams favored by 4.5 going into Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers. Any information we need on this one, Tone?
Obviously, we are still going to get Mac Jones at quarterback. Obviously, the Niners have dealt with a plethora of injuries all around the field. I believe Ricky Pearsall is still out. The defensive line has been dealing with injuries. But other than that, I think we're all good there. And the line is 4.5 across the board.
Okay, I will take the Los Angeles Rams minus 4.5 because I think Matthew Stafford has quite a day there. AJ, who do you like?
Man, I was trying to talk myself into taking the Niners, but I love that Rams D-line. I like how they get after the quarterback and obviously what Matthew Stafford can do. Puka, all of them. Give me the Rams.
With a halftime celebration of the veterans taking place with President Donald Trump in the owner's suite, the Detroit Lions traveled to the Washington Commanders as 7.5-point favorites. Some updates on Jaden Daniels' elbow. It was dislocated, but nothing was really torn. They said it's a very positive diagnosis after such a nasty injury. Give me the Detroit Lions minus 7.5 against the Washington Commanders, even though the commander-in-chief is going to be there with the Washington Commanders, AJ.
Yeah, I'm going to have a tough time picking against the Detroit Lions here. Foxy, I'm with you. Give me the Lions minus 7. That's a lot of points, but 7.5, I'll take it.
Quick stat for you guys. Jared Goff and Dan Campbell, after a loss, are 21-8 against the spread, and they've won 12 in a row against the spread after a loss.
Pretty good.
Okay, so we like where they're at. 7.5 probably took that into account, too. The sportsbooks probably saw that and took that. That's a lot of points. I respect the Commanders. I like the Commanders. I appreciate what they're doing this weekend, but I like the Detroit Lions to get a big win there. And then Sunday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers favored by 2.5 at home. Whose house? Normally Rams' house, but it's Chargers' house now. Justin Herbert, obviously megastar out there in Los Angeles. He's in a celebrity couple. He's being seen around town. He's drinking beers, and he's leading this Chargers team to a potential awesome outcome with Jim Harbaugh as the head coach. Ortiz has been dialing it up as GM, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers go all in this offseason. They're paying $30 million to a wide receiver. They're bringing in a Hall of Fame quarterback. They're bringing in DBs. They're trading for tight ends. They got magic happening in their building is how they feel, fresh off a massive win over the Indianapolis Colts, where their defense looked like what everybody thought their defense could be all season. Does that continue, AJ, or do the Chargers get a massive home win as favorites by 2.5?
Yeah, I think it does continue for this Steelers defense. I think they found something. They built some momentum, some confidence. I like Jalen Ramsey at the safety position. He's super physical, and we know he can cover. So give me Pittsburgh minus 2.5 or plus 2.5.
Plus 3, you could get him.
Plus 3, I would take it, Pat. Pittsburgh.
All right, I would take the Los Angeles Chargers minus 2.5.
Right.
Okay, I would take the Chargers minus 2.5 at home. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3. Pat Freiermuth scores a touchdown last week and executes a beautiful punt celebration. I want to let him know the drop was perfect. The swing was immaculate. I really love, and I love what that Pittsburgh Steelers team is doing, and I can't wait to get back to Pittsburgh around that draft and make some magic. I don't want to break any news, no spoilers. We're going to be doing pop-up shows around Pittsburgh Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before the draft goes live, and then Thursday we'll be live at the draft, and then Friday we'll be live there as well. A week in Pittsburgh taking place around the draft. Cannot wait for that. Look out for Rudy Sub's parking lot, maybe on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. The greatest sub in all of Pittsburgh. So I love what the Steelers are doing. But I like the Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe there is a special guest here, Con Man, as you were about to echo some sentiments of people that don't know what they're talking about. And whenever you think about Texas Tech, you think about, cowboys. You think about oil. You think about, ladies and gentlemen, this is Centennial champion, a 9-year-old quarter horse that did not win anything when it was racing, but has become an absolute superstar here at Texas Tech. The masked rider is the lady that is currently with Centennial champion. I believe we're trying to get it. Can you bring it all the way? I don't want to get
horse behind the podium, right? Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, can Centennial champion come all the way up? Hey, Centennial champion, how you doing?
Centennial champion.
Get a mic on Centennial champion.
Can we get a headset for the horse, please?
Yeah. Get him some ears. And Pat, you sit up there and do the rest.
Hey, how you doing?
What a majestic creature.
Beautiful.
9 years old quarter horse?
Yes.
Is that accurate? And you are the mass rider?
Yes, sir.
How many mass riders are there each year?
There's only one mass rider.
Each year?
Yes.
What if you get hurt?
And I'll hold it for the 1 year, and then we'll transfer to the next one.
Okay, and how does it work? You're going out of this tunnel, or you are already outside, and then you take it
We'll
100?
be right in front of the field post, and when the band cues a song, then he knows it's ready to go.
Centennial champion, go horse. This is a good pony?
Yes.
How
Good to see you, buddy.
many people did she beat out for that gig?
I'm sorry, he's kind of squeezing.
Kind of starting to body me a little bit. Centennial champion, I can't wait to watch you tomorrow. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for letting Centennial champion stop by, and good luck on the ride tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Very nice to meet you, too. Good luck out there. Thank you, Centennial champion. I'm getting away from the ass end of that.
Shoot them guns tomorrow.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Projectile.
That was awesome.
Hey, I grew up in a hockey town. That horse was setting me up to check me, I think.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing turning?
Yeah.
I was kind of getting a little bit trapped here. Horses are majestic. They say they're smarter than the average animal. And I want to let you know, that horse did not have a good vibe about me. Might have known that this hat that I have on is not necessarily one that I wear every day. I think that horse was sniffing around and saying, it's a fugaze. I think that's what just happened.
He was letting you know who's boss. He said, this is my tunnel. This is my tunnel.
I don't know if you saw anything, underneath that horse, but he certainly let me know. And On that note, have the greatest weekend of all time. We'll be live from Lubbock, Texas tomorrow morning for College Game Day on ESPN, also on X and ESPN Plus. Have the greatest weekend of all time. We'll see you on Monday. Goodbye, beautiful people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boom. You nailed it.
See the hat?
It's perfect.
See that? I did one of those.
That was awesome. Great
Real
call.
Texan. Real cowboy.
I did one of those. Wanted to get the picks.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I thought we all froze for a second.
I didn't know what.
Oh, here we go. You're back.
I lost.
We got it. We're back. We got you.
Lasha wanted to get the picks.
Yeah, I wanted to get the picks in because I knew Horst was hanging out right here staring at me. So great work on that, boys. Way to power through with the information. And then I think we should be proud of that. Horst was kind of walking in here, strutting its stuff, and then walking the hell out. I think that's exactly what we needed there for a good Lubbock Friday.
Yeah, can we now revisit the controversy of Rudy Subs not being the best sub in Pittsburgh per Pittsburgh people?
Nobody said that.
What did they say?
Have I been lied to
What is AQ
every
think?
single time we've gone back to Pittsburgh? Listen, I love Rudy Subs. And
Same.
every time we've gone back, it creates a memory. I love sitting at the back of the tables, circle tables, eating my sub, eating my fries. And I've been told every time, best sub in the city. And then yesterday, out of nowhere, someone from the city tells me that's not the best sub. What the hell's going on here?
Fuck you. Okay. Foxy, I don't like that you just thought that you needed to post that somebody said that. And the person that said that is currently on a microphone. We know that. And the person that said that has the worst palate. Oh, he's not on a microphone. He's not on a microphone. The person that said this that's no longer on a microphone would be never considered on the meat judging team down here. His palate is how we like to describe ass, okay? He's got a bad palate. That guy's taste buds have no idea what's good and what's not good. Then we started pressing this person a little bit. Well, what is the best sub? And he said Fazoli.
I did.
This guy said Fazoli.
I didn't say that.
I heard rumors of that, yeah.
Listen, I was just in a mood, so I just said something. I immediately regretted it. Rudy Subs is the best sub in Pittsburgh, okay?
You said no.
Yeah, that's what he'll say. That's what he'll say. This guy is full of it. And we need to remember this whenever we're doing a little pop-up show, maybe from Rudy's on draft week, okay? Maybe we need to.
Rest in peace, Andy
I do
Sebastian.
think Mr. S was my first ever employer.
Voice of the Mustangs.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Loved
The PA
boxing.
guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was awesome.
He was
That's
like,
another Mustang first time.
And he's saying that in heaven now.
Yeah, he is.
He's saying that in heaven now.
Rest in peace, Pudgy Wudgy the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did.
Pudgy Wudgy the cat
Thank
has
you,
nothing
Nick.
to do with Rudy's
That's not
other
weird.
than
Thank you,
the fact
Pudgy Wudgy.
situation.
There's a memorial for him inside of Rudy's.
Well, that's because
They
Rudy's
stuffed
respects greatness. No, it's just a photo.
Wonderful photo of
Why don't
Pudgy
you stuff
Wudgy.
them then?
Thank
They do that
you.
now. They do great work. You can stuff your animals.
He's in.
Well,
the
you can
cast
clone
as
them
well.
too, and Mr. S ain't doing that at Rudy's. Okay, so don't you worry about any of that. All you need to know is that draft week, Monday, pop-up show somewhere. Tuesday, pop-up show somewhere in Pittsburgh. Wednesday, pop-up show somewhere in Pittsburgh. And then Thursday's draft. Friday will be there as well. So draft week in Pittsburgh should be pretty insane. And we'll make sure we're eating the best sub in town in Rudy's. What did Caboli say? What did Caboli say about this entire thing? We know that he's eating some 8-hour-old Rudy's subs that has been sitting in his cargo pockets.
So when I sent the tweet out, I said, who's a part of the Pittsburgh meat eating team? Definitely Mark Caboli. So I said, Caboli, is this true? Is Rudy's not the best sub in town? And I'd like to mention, he never said that Rudy's was the best in town. He never said which one it was, but he never outright mentioned Rudy's is the best sub in town. And that's a little concerning to me. And from Mark Caboli, I think he would know personally.
He never said it wasn't either. That has to be taken into account.
Sick of it.
Guys eat microwave mayo sandwiches. I don't know if his opinion really matters.
Thank you, Gumpy. There's been a lot of slander. And then guess what? I had a little text conversation with somebody that isn't a part of the office as this is all taking place. I have a text message conversation with somebody. I'm like, hey, I plan on doing a show live from Rudy Sub's parking lot because there's been a lot of slander. Going to be difficult. I don't know if they got enough power. I don't know if we have clearance. And I don't know if they have enough service. But we're definitely going to do that. The response I get from this person, okay, Rudy Subs, ? Is that in Lubbock? Okay.
Who is this person? I even know about Rudy Subs.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we all do, okay? We all do. Now, on that note, we got to get out of here. Before we get out of here, though, it is a special member of the Thunderdome's birthday today.
Again?
Shit!
And, yeah,
I just read a note. I hope you read it. Please.
usually we have a cake for any birthday that happens at the Thunderdome. We attempted to today, but very apropos to the situation, the DoorDasher bringing the cake actually got into a car accident. Joining us now is the birthday boy, a man who is no stranger to car accidents at all. Happy birthday, Mitt. We love you, buddy. We love you, Mitt. No cake for you, Mitt. No cake for you. They were driving like you. They crashed it. There's no cake at the office. I don't even know if Mitt showed up at the Thunderdome after what happened to the Raiders last night and everything like that. But Mitt, we love you. We appreciate you. You're the best dude. You work your ass off. Obviously, you have lived the life of a football coach's son. You've been all over the country. You certainly have a brain that is unique, but we love you. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, Mitt. Sorry we don't have a cake. Sorry we don't have a cake, brother. It crashed. You understand what happened to that DoorDasher.
Well, it's a tough bounce. At least it was not into Bill's house this time. So it's been a great week here and great year. Thank you.
Yeah, we love you, Mitt. We love you, Mitt.
Baby
That's
Mitt.
super.
Baby Mitt.
Thank you, Talk, for getting the candle in there, Talk. That's very kind of you. All right, Gumpy, why don't you come over here, brother? Let's have a great weekend here in Lubbock. I am very excited to kind of experience this place.
Get that tomahawk.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Nope, not going to say it.
Oh, maybe, though.
Gotta have it. Coach got it for you.
I know, but I got like a 2-year-old daughter. I got like 6 jobs. There's a lot going on.
6?
Boy, these Friday, yeah, I guess there's a little bit more. But the Friday night, falling asleep has been really nice.
Coach said you could have it at 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's what we should do.
I'll eat their meat.
Eat their meat.
Eat their meat.
Eat their meat. Eat their meat.
That's what I'll do. They got good meat down here.
It's good tarp.
Patrick Mahomes got really good stuff with Adidas. We need to remember that.
Yeah,
They're making some massive announcements this weekend. I know what they all are, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but there's some big shit coming out of the Patrick Mahomes camp tomorrow morning, I would say.
Yeah.
I think pretty big stuff.
There was one person in here who thought that surprise guest was going to be Patrick Mahomes. So he was definitely surprised when it was the horse. Very happy.
Centennial champion?
Yeah.
There was no chance Patrick Mahomes. There was no chance. But on that note, we're lucky that we get to do this show. We're very appreciative that we get to do this show. Thank you all so much for allowing us to do this. And hopefully next week's shows will be better, but we doubt it, right?
Doubt it.
We doubt it.
It's a good show.
AJ, thank you for traveling to Indy. You're the man.
Big harder.
Boys, great work this week on the stage out there. Good work, boys.
You too, dude.
Behind the glass, you guys really crushed it this week. Graphic boys, way to go. D-Bone with your zipper burn. Good job, buddy. Dirty. Good work out there. Bill, good work, Bill, with your house getting crashed into by Corvette in the middle of the afternoon. Gonna have to rebuild the whole foundation.
Yeah.
It's all right, Bill. It'll all work out. Happy birthday, Mitt. Gumpy, you're the man. Everybody have the greatest weekend of all time. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.